My favorite example of this is instead of sending the players to kill the goblin camp that may raid the village, right? That's a consequence. Sometimes that's good enough. The goblins abducted the blacksmith. And now they need to save the blacksmith and kill the goblins. It's a secondary objective that spices things up.
You people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am, because you need me. You need me to save you. You do. I am the only one who possibly can. You're not the real heroes. I'm the real hero.
Holy, look at all this damage!
Where? Where? Where, Dwight?
Seems like you already know where.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe that until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this country is innocent.
Now it's left to me to deal with him. You can't. If you try to interfere, this becomes a
Hi there, everybody, and welcome to Roll with Advantage. Very excited to be here. Let's go ahead and roll the intro and dive in.
To welcome you to the world of Evrand.
The Seekers of Insanity.
I told you to leave me alone. I could do this.
I wanted us to live and I wanted him dead.
I am so happy to see you.
Every party needs a pooper.
Yeah, raise the blade!
John, are you having fun?
Hell yeah, Queen.
And we're back.
Hell yeah.
I like that happening.
Welcome back to the Tales of Evrand, session 93. I think so. I don't know what book and chapter it is because I'm not looking at the stream, but normally I know that.
Book 9, Chapter 7.
Heck yeah. As we do every week before we jump into the game, Joe reads the summary. So Joe, go ahead and take us in.
Yeah, sure, sounds good. So Book 9, Chapter 6, 9 Lives. As our ship approached the archipelago, we were intercepted by a group of free folk, not pirates. Very important distinction. They don't seem hostile at first, but they stop us to ensure that we mean no harm to their home. After a few questions from their captain, we learn that we have nothing to fear. They stole their ship too, so they don't mind that we commandeered ours. We decide to take a shorter, more dangerous path to the Rainbow Isle. The journey has few obstacles, but we navigate them successfully. Upon our arrival at Rainbow Isle, we see several sapphire dragon wormlings flying around. As we ponder our next steps, Gak reaches out to Ioun for guidance to find the vestige more easily. As he does, the mother of the wormlings appears, informs us that Nymara is waiting for us. We mount the dragon and take off. We arrive at a shrine to Ioun, where we find 5 basins with words inscribed in Celestial: knowledge, wisdom, truth, prophecy, and ignorance. And in each one of these basins, Gak must place a memory, or a collection of memories that is representative of each one of those 5 words. For knowledge, Gak remembers his teaching of the story of the moth and the butterfly to Yrsa and Gideon. For wisdom, Gak recalls teaching Mage Hand to a young, aspiring wizard. For truth, Gak thinks of meeting his uncle, learning about his family's history, and defending their choices. For prophecy, Brienne reminds Gak of how the wind whispered to them of great deeds yet to be accomplished in Woebrook long ago. And for ignorance, Enid recalls how Gak guided her through her ignorance regarding his uncle near Nubai. With the last stone collected, a portal appears. Gak steps through and enters the realms of Ayun, and there he speaks to an avatar of Ayun and collects the vestige. As we reboard the ship, Gideon and Dio have a moment of mutual respect and kindness. Gideon reveals that he dislikes Dio because Dio reminds him of himself when he was younger. Later, as we started our watches, Dio approached Rian for a private conversation. They discussed the Order of the Lotus, its location, and Dio's desire to join. Unfortunately, that wasn't Dio, but the Rakshasha Morgrim, a servant of the Demogorgon. Rian does smite him, but Morgrim is able to teleport away before Rian can deliver a killing blow. In the confusion, Dio is gravely injured by Morgrim's dagger, and Basil must break the curse with greater restoration. As the session ends, Rian feels a great deal of guilt and resolves to take immediate action to ensure the safety of the Order of the Lotus.
Cool. Thank you very much, Joe. And as we dive back into the session, all of you stand on the bow of the ship, or at the helm of the ship. Dio passed out after the curse is removed, thanks to Basil and Enid saving his life with healing. All of you look around at each other. Those who have come up from below would be Yrsa, Gak, Basil, Gideon. You look around and look towards Rian and Enid, trying to figure out what exactly just happened. But all of you are on the bow, or I can say it again, the helm of the ship.
Yeah, immediately, Rian, as Dio seems stabilized, he's going to turn to Basil and say, Basil, I need you to cast Sending twice for me, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. The first one, Joe forgets his name. Fuck. I was so ready. I had it right before. The dragon guy.
Marathil?
Marathil, yes, that one. So the first one is to Marathil, all right?
Okay.
Okay. And he'll sort of take Basil's hand, and as she casts the spell, he's going to use Sending for Marathil and say, this is Rian. The Demogorgon knows the location of the Order of the Lotus. Please go to Hombefort and get them out, please.
That was to Marathil, correct?
That was to Marathil, yeah.
Yeah, you get a response, and you hear, hello? Of course, I will head there now. I will get back to you as soon as I can.
Okay. All right.
Do not fear.
So Rian will nod at that, and then for the second Sending, this one will be to Sayori.
Okay.
I've made a mistake. I was deceived by a servant of the Demogorgon, and I fear your lives are in danger. Marathil will be there soon. It's 25, I'm pretty sure.
And you wait a couple minutes. And then you hear a response. It's okay. We'll handle it. Don't worry. We know what we're in for. We're safe for now. I'll send word.
John, just to clarify here, is she saying that she's going to stay there?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay, all right.
It just sounds like, with the little bit of words she can say, she's aware. Well, she's thanking you for being aware, or making her aware of it. I'm just going to send word to the others.
Okay, all right, sounds good. I just wanted to make sure that she wasn't like, nah, we'll hold down the fort. Nah, sis, that ain't gonna work. Okay, but as the spell ends, he'll sort of hold Basil's hand for a few more seconds and look and say, thank you. And squeeze them.
Of course. She'll squeeze it back.
And he'll kind
Brienne, you
of...
get a message. Yes, Brienne, this is Marithil. Everything's fine. Saori and Elias are in front of me. And... sorry about that. Had to use another. Everything's fine. I'll stay here while I can.
No, Marithil, get them out. Take them to Aelden. Remove them from that place. It's dangerous to be there. Please.
Oh, that's what you wanted me to do. On it.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. Hey, I didn't get to... Oh, did Marithil use sending again?
Yeah, that was the pause.
What a G.
Yeah, every single message from him was another sending spell where he was just like,
Wait a minute.
25. You get another message. Why would they make it 25 words?
I don't know. Make a new spell, Marithil.
Talk to Gak.
Listen, Gak, after we
Gak
resolve
makes
all
it
this,
spell
I've got a
as
great
30
idea for a
words.
spell.
26 words.
Gak makes an infinite one because he can't count.
Yeah. The spell, you can say as many as I can count.
So 10. Okay. Back to seriousness. Damn it.
We're not in Siri.
The rest of you sit next to the helm. Dio still passed out. Luckily, you can see that the curse is gone, and his breathing is... what's the word for it? Consistent.
Shit, guys. I don't know how we are more... I don't know... how to be more vigilant about stuff like that.
I think there's no way to know. It's just become such a bigger game than we originally thought, and even then, we thought we were kind of out of our league. I think moving forward, after this, we just may need to assume the worst in every situation.
But what if someone... Oh, go on.
I was just going to say that I believe in the past we talked about staying in pairs at all time, but now we don't even know if we can fully trust each other. It's...
What if we had, like, a thing we said, or I don't know, like a specific kind of handshake, whatever that could be identifiable.
Not a bad idea. Just a phrase that we say to each other to begin conversation that should be private.
We could have, I don't know, two. One could be like a are you you? And then the reply could be like a yes, I'm me.
That's really smart.
I agree. I think that's a very good idea.
Trying to think of what to say though that's not goofy as fuck.
Growing up, my mother, and this was when I was really young, if I was in a very difficult situation and I was able to get in touch with my mother, a way for me to tell her that I was in trouble was I would ask if my uncle had arrived. And then she would say something along the lines of, yes, he's home, I'll come get you, or something like that. And so we could do something similar. You know, we could have something about the weather or whatever it may be.
I like that. We could do like, do you suspect rainfall or something? And the other responds with like, yes, of some kind, maybe?
We could always say, yes, it looks as though a storm is coming.
I like that.
That's a good one.
So, do you suspect rainfall? Yes, it looks like a storm is coming. Okay.
I think that would be a good phrase to say to one another to initiate conversation when you've been away for some. And I mean, I suppose if any of us start asking oddly personal questions or starts acting suspicious, that could be a giveaway.
And I think maybe if one of us has recognized maybe that one of us isn't really us, and we're trying to give a hint to someone or the group. So, like, let's say if Enid wasn't who she actually is, I could look at her and be like, looks like a storm is coming. And so we just don't maybe ask the question, and that can tell the party that this person may not be who they are.
Right, someone's been
Compromised, yes. We'll just talk to them directly, the person who we think is compromised. We'll just say, I think there's a storm coming. And then everybody else would know who to focus on.
I think this is a good idea.
Like, this is a really good idea.
That's actually what my mom did when I was little. If I had friends that I wanted to go home, but I didn't want to tell them, I'd call her and be like, hey, is Aunt Lisa home? And she'd be like, yeah, she just came here. You need to come home now.
See, mine was pineapple. I would send my mom a pineapple emoji, and my Tess would be like, hi, how are you? Love, heart, 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 pineapple. And she'd be like, you gotta get home now. Anyway,
Smart
back to D&D.
We could do that. Heart, 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 pineapple.
As you all are talking, you do see Dio start to stir and just...
Dio. Basil will go to his side.
Oh. Hello. Is everyone okay?
Yes. How do you feel?
He looks to you, Basil, and one eye, like, all the way closed, not because it's injured or anything, but you can just sit, he's wincing.
Like shit.
I'm sure. Do you need something to help with the pain?
Does anyone have alcohol?
Not alcohol, but I have something less damaging.
Shit. Alright, I'll take it.
And she gives him some weed.
All right. He then looks towards Rian and goes,
Thanks.
And he'll kind of kneel and pat a hand on Dio's shoulder very lightly, and he'll put like 15 points of lay on hands into him, and say, "That was very brave of you. And I know you didn't ask it, but if you'd like, we could use brave people like you in the Order of the Lotus, if you want to join. In fact, that's what I was talking to you about." He kind of looks at the stab wound.
You see like a roller coaster of emotions where you say, "Join the Order of the Lotus." He's like, "Whoa!" Like he was going to say that, and then you say that the imposter was in, and you just see like disgust.
Yeah.
And he just goes, "Motherfucker!"
Yeah, he read you like a book, didn't he?
What was that thing?
It's called a Rakshasha. It's not the first time we've encountered it. Sort of a cat demon from the abyss, a servant of the Demogorgon. First time he tried to assassinate Yrsa and failed. And I suppose this time tried to learn the location. Well, not tried, but he did learn the location of the Order of the Lotus. And this time he got away.
Oh, that just means we need to get the move on.
And you see Dio start to get up and kind of grabs onto the wheel and pulls himself up.
Or you should rest, and we should get him.
That's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I can...
He looks towards all of you.
You know what? I think you're good without me, actually. I'll go get some rest.
We'll be all right. And Enid's going to like scoop him up and cast sleep at the same time on him, and then just let him down.
Okay.
That's cute.
I got it.
As you put Dio to bed, is there anything else you guys want to talk about or do during this night? You will be at Port Red Cay in the morning.
Yeah, I think before everyone goes back to their rest, Enid wants to have a group huddle, and say, "Okay, so I've been thinking about what to do when we get to Port Red Cay. My initial idea is that there's no way we're going to convince this guy to hand over this ring, so I'm just going to have to get it off him. What I would like you guys to do to help me do that is be a distraction of any kind that you would want to be. So just keep kind of maybe him and his crew occupied and entertained, maybe. I was kind of hoping that maybe I could, like, when he went to his, like, captain quarters or wherever his home base is, I could, like, sneak into there and wait for him and then, you know, get it off him and then get out real quick. That's kind of the rough idea I have. What do you guys think?
If you were to do that, I think that Yrsa should go with you as like a bug. And I could also send Chip with you guys too, so I could see what's going on. I can re-say all of that to everybody else.
That's a really good idea. I will say to Yrsa and Chip, if things go bad, and let's say I get arrested or anything like that, let me cook for a little bit. I have my ways of getting out of that stuff. So don't freak out if that's how things end up turning out. Just go along with me. If things go really bad, please intervene. But like, I kind of got to hang on those things. It's hard to keep me locked up, so.
Like, so do we, though.
Yeah, but it might help me get the ring if it's, you know, a little bit more subtle. But I know you guys have helped break out people in the past with Basil, so. I'm not suspecting to be arrested, though. I think I can do this all just fine, real quick, so.
Okay, well, I will accompany you, but small. And I will wait for your signal to do anything. And Chip and
Awesome.
I will be in constant communication. Mm-hmm.
Any other ideas or objections or anything?
I think this is definitely something that is well suited to the skill set that you have, so I'm willing to trust your opinion on this.
Me too. I don't see another way without causing a big scene, and I think the last thing we need now is drawing too much attention to ourselves. If we can do it in a manner we're distracting, but for a reason different than what we're really trying to do, I think that's better.
And if any of you, while distracting, are able to, like, ask him to go into his space or, like, be like, oh, grab us another bottle of wine or something, I don't know. Just so he can get alone, that'll be easier for me to make it often.
I'm sure we can think of something with all of us.
I think so, too. Otherwise,
Okay.
that's kind of what I was thinking.
All right. There's nothing else. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just said I think we have our plan.
Okay. So, you sail into the night with your various watches, now not having to worry about a Rakshasa.
I do have a thing.
Okay,
It's very fast, probably.
do it.
I assume we're gonna be at our port by morning.
By around 9 o'clock in the morning. 9-ish. So, yeah.
Mirsa's gonna go talk to Gak.
Okay.
I don't know where he's at.
He's probably sleeping in like a hammock somewhere down in the little place. Even though everyone like has a room, he's just in a hammock.
Well, she will go over and very lightly touch his shoulder. Hey, Gak.
Hi, Ursa.
Hi. I'm sorry, you were sleeping. But could I just talk to you for a super quick moment?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. She, I feel like her instinct is to want to sit on the hammock with him, but there's just no room. So she like sits across on another hammock across the way. So I'm trying to think of the words to say this, but let me start by asking you a question.
Okay.
When you spoke with the avatar of Iota, what did it feel like?
I guess I wasn't thinking too much about what it felt like. Do you mean like what did it feel like in my head, or what did it feel like outside?
Well, both, I guess.
I don't know. It felt cool. The avatar was really beautiful. I've never seen anything like it before. It was everything was super colorful. There was so much to look at. I locked in. I could hear what she was saying, but I wanted to just look around. There was so much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess it just felt cool. Why?
Well, before all of this, before we started this adventure, well, I suppose before you knew you had such a strong connection with, have you ever felt that before?
I don't know.
Did you ever know that you were the champion of Ayun before it was stated to you? Is there a feeling you...
No, not before when Ayun asked me to be the champion.
And now, do you feel like it's something... Of course it's a good thing, but do you feel confident about it?
You can see Gak is just kind of looking off. And he looks at Yursa.
Do you think this is another book situation?
Oh, no. Gak, that's not what I'm applying at all. I think this is a very straightforward, no tricks, no complicated, past, confusing... No. I think this is very real and very well-intended and a very happy, powerful, good thing.
Okay. I think so too.
Well, I just asked because I didn't know if maybe before you just knew something was different about yourself, you know? More different than the wonderful different that you are, but that you had this connect.
I don't know. The only different I knew I was different from my mom, my dad, and my sister. I know I talked to Clara and Gideon a little bit about the fact that, well, I have a question.
Yeah, of course.
So there's a lot of different type of people with magic.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, well, like Gideon is what is Gideon again? Like, how does he do his magic?
That's a good question, John. How does Gideon do his magic now?
Well, he is now a sorcerer, so it's innately through him. He just has magic coursing through him, unlike those who have to kind of learn
Like
how to
study
move it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure before. Okay. Well, with Gideon, it's just something that is an energy that he pulls from and just flows within him. He's discovered how to use it.
Yeah. When I got the book, and I could cast magic, and because I can understand the runes in the book. But then I was with Clara one time, and Clara took the book away from me, and I was still able to cast magic. And I thought that I could only cast magic because of the book, and now we know that I don't need the book to cast. But I still thought that at the time I would have needed the book. I know Gideon has talked to me about how quickly I can cast stuff and learn stuff and make stuff. And based on the way he looks and the way his voice is, which his voice doesn't change much, but his voice changes slightly. And based on the way he says that, it makes it seem like that not everybody is as quick as I might be. So maybe that's what you mean, that I feel different in that way because I'm faster than most people.
Yeah. There were these moments all along your journey where you kind of discovered that you've always had a uniqueness about yourself. Set you apart. It's good. I'm very happy. This was a very wonderful moment. I think I ask because when we were there, something spoke to me, and they said, "It's good to see you again, Wild Mother." And it struck me as very odd that this would be the second person to mistake me for Melora. And I know who I am. And I know that I might be different in some strange and unique ways too. But I know that I'm not a god of any sort. So I was wondering if, being a champion, you just know.
Did you recognize the voice or know where it was coming from?
I can't say for certain, but it felt like I knew it was the avatar of Moon speaking to me. But I didn't hear your conversation or what was said inside. I was just... that was the only thing I was told.
So, the avatar was the way that Ayun can be on our plane, right?
Right.
Like Ayun was speaking through the avatar. So that was Ayun that was calling you the Wild Mother?
In a strange way, yet. I would think so.
You'd know if you were the Wild Mother.
I would hope so. But I'm not.
John, is there anything... Gak is trying to think about the place he went with the avatar, and he wants to recall with his memory, because he has the wanderer feat, and he has a perfect photographic memory. He wants to just try to almost do a past perception check. He wants to think about the area and just be like, what was that? Where was I? What happened?
Yeah, you were definitely in a demi-plane of sorts. That was... it seemed linked to the prime material. It didn't seem like you didn't go to another world. You went to a different... you did go to a different plane, but very closely related to the prime material. It looked like it was shaped by Namira, floating rainbow crystals and, things that Namira could kind of fly around and perch on, and There, you did remember there were books floating around and like pieces of paper and nothing that would tell you otherwise than this is just Nymira's plane, demi-plane. I will say this, that the voice Nymira had was not the same as when you talked to Ayun. They were not in one and the same.
Okay.
Is there any other specifics you were looking for, or?
No. There's other stuff that Nick's looking for, but nothing Gak would know.
Okay.
And yeah, Gak will just kind of be sitting there and stewing over that.
Well, what if so? I'm not saying you are, because I think you'd know. But would you want to become the Wild Mother?
Oh, absolutely not.
Why not?
Especially not after what we saw with being a god is a lot of responsibility. I mean, you know, as a champion, it is a lot of responsibility, but that is far above anything that I know how to do or would begin to know how to do. I want to protect and love as many people as I can, and of course I want to help protect the world from Demogorgon. I am not strong enough to have divinity of any sort. That's silly to even think. I would be honored to be considered champion. I think that's a wonderful title. I mean, as a Rift Warden, I think titles are very important.
I was with you there for a bit. I think it's okay to not want it, and I think it's okay to. You don't have to do things you don't want to do, but I absolutely disagree when you say that you're not strong enough to do it. If something were to happen, and or there was an opening, if for some reason if something was happening, I don't know who else would do it. And not saying that you have to, but you don't see yourself the way all of us see you. You're really cool. You could definitely. I feel like you're one of the people in this group that could most be a god.
That is very kind of you. And I do appreciate.
Theo already thinks we're gods, so.
Well, some of us are practically at this point. We are champions, daughters, chosen ones. Seems as though we all have some sort of close connection with the gods in some way. So maybe it's just another one of those connections.
Maybe.
Thank you for sharing with me, guys.
Of course. Thank you for telling me.
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep thinking on that.
Yeah. Me too.
We're gonna
And if
figure
somebody
out
else says
why they
it,
said that.
we're really in. I think I heard Basil use this phrase. Really in a pickle.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That makes no sense to me.
Well, you see, pickles are very sour.
Mhm.
So if you're inside one, everything must be very sour. I think she's onto something.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't want to be in a pickle.
Well, we'll find our way out of this pickle together.
I mean, it's gotta be so you just like stretch a little bit and you'll pop out.
I will let you finish your sleep, Gak.
Okay. Well, I know you don't need as much sleep, but you get some sleep too. And listen, I know you think a lot, and I know you think too much. So try not to think too much, and just go to sleep and think about the sound of the waves and the birds.
You know, I like that idea. I like it a lot. And she'll smile, and then she'll leave him to his hammock.
So, as everyone goes to sleep, morning arrives. And with that in front of you, you see land. A large section of land in front of you. You see a large beach with many buildings that outline it with red and orange roofing, cylindrical, square, any amalgamation of structures stacked next to each other, on top of each other, around each other. You see these towers that kind of go off, break off a little bit into the distance of this island, from the island, and you see 20 to 30 ships docked at this port. You look ahead of you and you see all manner of ships, small sloops, large multi-tiered galleons, some of them with the same banners, many of them with individual banners, but you can see a lively port in front of you as you make it to Port Red Cay.
I would like to do my psionic whispers and mind link us again. 5 creatures. Is that still the whole party, right?
It is.
Unless I want to add Dio.
Yeah, if Dio is too sick to come along, then it's all of us.
Yeah, I'll do Gideon so that when Ryan comes, he can be easily looped in if possible. So, here I can roll and see how many hours it's for.
Okay.
D10. And I
will go ahead and also do
roll
this.
for me, please. Nice, 8 hours. So cool. As long as we're within 1 mile, so there could be potential for that to like get, too far, but as long as we're in a mile of each other.
Ursa is going to wild shape into a lizard.
I love
because that feels appropriate for here. And she's gonna crawl onto Enid's shoulder. Slither, slither, slither.
Gak will walk over to Enid with Chip in his hand.
Like, he likes pockets, so.
That's perfect, because if I turn incorporeal or invisible, I think I need these 2 in my pockets so you guys can come with me.
Perfect. And yeah, I will just close my eyes and look through Chip's eyes, and I can let everyone know what's going on if you get too far away.
Perfect.
Basil will go up to Enid. You be safe, or I will bring you back to kill you again.
I super don't plan on dying. Arrested maybe, but not dying.
Arrested we can work with. Majority of us have been arrested. That's fine.
Yeah, and I've been arrested. Like I said, I can get out of places so well. So unless
you are
it
the
goes
criminal.
super crazy.
Shut. Yes.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
As the ship starts to get closer and closer to the port, you take a minute to kind of find where you can dock the ship, You get closer and closer and closer, and before even getting to the port, you can hear the city in the distance and the sounds. Where's it at? As you do get closer and closer, everyone taking their stations, pulling up the sails, grabbing the rope, getting the gangplank, you see a couple of individuals walking over, one of which is wearing these kind of tattered free folk robes and belts that go across with this very long white beard and long white hair, a very weathered sailor. But you see that him and a couple others are just kind of waiting for you to dock, and you see that he has a ledger in his hand. This looks to be the dockmaster. As this is happening, Dio kind of walks up. Good morning, everyone. Oh, shit, we're here. Am I staying on the ship? Can I stay on the ship?
You can
Yeah.
stay on the ship, or you could go to, like, a medic.
Oh, I could. That's a good idea, Gak. I could go to a tavern.
Maybe no.
That's not what I said, but that could work too. Yeah.
Dio, we have a very specific plan that involves you being ready here on the ship.
Take it all back.
We're
All right.
relying on you.
How ready are you thinking I'm going to be? Because, it's really hard to move quickly right now.
I would say do at whatever pace you need to prep the ship so that when we potentially run back on, we can just go, you know?
You see his eyes meet yours, and he goes,
Ah, all right, okay. I will make sure that the ship is ready to go at a moment's notice. I see.
Thank you. Might not be needed, but suspect it will.
Is anybody else getting off the ship, or
I think we're all going.
everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yrsa flicks her tongue. As a lizard.
Where's Yrsa?
Do you see the
You know,
green
she's-
lizard that has like
the
a
lizard.
flower on it?
Oh, yes.
Also,
All right.
I assume since we're all mind linked, Enid can talk to Yrsa still, but like telepathically.
Yes.
"Yeah, sure, that's funny." I would like Yrsa to speak in a higher pitched voice because she's an animal now, and now you're talking to animals.
I will. Thank you very much.
I love that.
You think that you did a bad thing there? You
No. I
punished?
knew I was doing something
What?
great. I knew Kayla was going to do it. That's why I asked.
So Dio just looks at everyone and goes, all right, well, this is a little unfair for me. If you could at least bring some of the rum back from one of the taverns, maybe?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay, well...
I love that he's not rolling any checks on her lies.
You have 2 eye of deception, and he's a level 5. Like,
All right, well, I guess have fun at the port. I'll be here when you need me.
You're the best, Dio.
I know.
Hey Dio,
Yes.
you can go to the tavern, get a drink, and bring it back to the ship.
he looks at everyone else and kind of points.
We
Points
won't
toward
need
Jack.
you immediately, but you have to be back as soon as possible.
Deal. Deal? Everyone else? Deal?
Dio, I swear on the old gods and the new, if you are not on this ship when we need you, the pain you felt from Mogram will be tenfold that you'll feel from me, okay?
All right,
Yeah.
I understand, and
Okay.
I am very intimidated.
Good. You really,
Too soon, Rian. Too
really should be.
Stay intimidated.
Rian's
Okay,
gonna,
I
as
thought
he's
we
like
were friends.
backwards
You
walking
don't
off
need
the
to
ship, he's
use-
gonna like,
I'm just so you know, we're going to the same place. So you're backwards walking, and I'm going to be walking in the same direction.
good. Means I can keep an eye
Also,
on
we
you.
haven't even talked yet.
I'll send you
we
off
should
this boat
probably
right
get
now.
on the
I don't care. All right.
I don't have the strength to swim.
As
At this
everyone's
point-
doing that. Oh,
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say Gak is going to walk over to Dio, and like, not hiding it, but subtly, he's going to hand Dio 10 gold pieces, and he's gonna say,
Get like barrels and bring them back or something. So you don't have to make multiple trips. Don't even hang out there. Just go there, bring it back, and hang out on the boat.
I understand, Captain.
Aye.
All of you, as you are having this conversation, Gideon is at the front of the ship and just goes, "No, yeah, I'll dock the ship." And you just see his hand up as he uses telekinesis to move the ship into place.
That was a good Gideon impression, actually.
You said that like it was some big deal for you. That was so easy. Do you not want to do that anymore?
I was the only one looking.
It's been like your job the whole time, Gideon. What are you doing right now?
Can someone put the gangplank out, please? I'm ready to get off the ship.
Yeah.
As you do, you yes.
Well, Enid prepping to get off, she is going to immediately, well, once they're off and the guy comes up and everything, but once we're off, she's gonna like put up her little face cover thing, put Yursa in her pocket with Chip, and like Assassin's Creed blend into the crowds away from everyone.
As you do that, you do know see this individual here as he walks up to the ship and just goes,
All right, which one of you's the captain?
That would be me.
You. All right.
and he pulls out the ledger.
It'll be 10 gold to dock your ship here.
Okay.
and
Rian will go to pay. So like, don't worry, Captain, I got this, and he'll take it out from the party fund.
Thank you.
And what name exactly should I be putting this ship under?
Gak.
Ah, we've done, sir. Enjoy your stay at Port Red Cay.
Thank you very
Shuts
much.
the ledger. Starts walking away.
Bro's got bars.
Okay, so you disembark the ship. You pay for its to be ported and docked, and you do notice a amalgamation of different flags. As I stated before, you can see some of them resemble the same as the Siren's Call. You see a lot of them, about 10 or so, have this black flag with a dragon kind of flying across it, a red dragon. Almost every single one of the ships, their sails are bright crimson red, and their hulls are either a dark brown or a obsidian black. You see a couple other ones that have a skull of a weeping maiden, and others that are just amalgamated over all over the place. You make your way into Port Red Cay, and you can see just all walks of life here. You see a couple Aarakocra that are walking through. You see a couple of Dragonborn, halflings, elves. You see orcs. You see goblins. There are many, many, many different walks of life here at the port, and all of them seem to be having the time of their lives. Most of them walking around with drinks, smiling. Some of them gambling on the side of the street, playing dice. You see some of them fishing. You do see off in the distance some of them even fighting in a circular pit. As you make your way further and further into Port Red Cay, you do notice in the distance, however, that there is a large, large stone structure. Cobblestone and stone, you see this castle. And you see these flags raised above it and flowing in the wind. Black flags with a red dragon flying across. The same that you saw on the 10 ships here. What? Seekers of Insomnia, what are you doing?
as because Enid's still like staying like nearby with the party. She just wants to kind of remain kind of concealed for when they start their, you know, event, whatever they decide to do. But Enid will telepathically say, well, seems like where we need to go is that keep. Do we want to just head straight there or ask some people some questions?
I will follow you wherever you go.
But I was asking Team Distraction what they wanted to do.
I'll
But
wait down here.
What would you prefer us to do?
well, if we think we know where we're going, I guess we should just head straight there. But I didn't know if you guys wanted to gather any intel at all before we just went directly that direction. No?
Just to point it out, I believe everyone can see Port Red K, the map, in their navigation bar, so you can switch between to kind of see the districts and see where things are.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's helpful. Thank you. So we got Shantytown, Port, Farmlands, Temple District. So, oh, Castle Drake. And we are where right now? At the port?
The port?
You're at the port, yep.
Okay.
It's not a one-to-one representation, but, you know.
Oh, yeah,
close
yeah. I mean, if you guys don't need anything additional, let's start to head to Castle Drake then.
I think probably the quickest way we can get in and out would be the best.
Yeah.
Not be super on people's radar.
Okay. So, from the port, you make your way through the dockside towards Shantytown. Shantytown is right next to where the market is, and as you start to get to the thoroughfare of Shantytown, you can tell this is where all of those buildings just amalgamate. There's the oh my gosh, the alleyways are maybe, in most places, maybe 5.5 to 6 feet across. All the buildings are touching almost everything and touching each other. And as you get to Shantytown, you can see multitudes of places to eat and drink and shop, and it kind of bleeds into the marketplace. But as you do get there, you start to lose sight of Castle Drake. It is easy to see from the beach and from the dock, but as soon as you get into the thoroughfare, you're kind of having to navigate through the labyrinth that is the port.
It looks like the rooftops are kind of all a little bit connected. If Enid down one of the like more secluded alleys was able to like scale the wall and get a better look, could she help guide everybody towards Castle Drake then?
Yeah, if you scale one of the walls, as you do get up there, you look across and you can see Castle Drake in the distance, so you can find the direction you need to go. It's funny, you're not the only one up here. Not on this specific roof, but there are many other places up here that people are hanging out and gambling and talking. It doesn't seem out of the ordinary for people to be on roofs.
Yeah, if I feel like it's everyone here is a Assassin's Creed character. Do we now? I'm trying to look back through my notes. I put down Merchant Lord, but do we have his name? I can't remember. Were we able to get that yet?
It was just a Merchant Lord in Port Red K.
Merchant Lord. Okay. So we don't know exactly who we're looking for. I think Enid will approach one of the people hanging on roofs. I'm not sure particularly what they're doing, but she'll like seem interested in their gambling or card game or whatever, and wait for a moment to like interject.
Okay. Yeah, you see that there are 3 individuals, younger looking, but you can tell that even how young they do look, they still have gray hairs kind of straggled throughout their hair. They definitely are sailors for sure. You can see each one of them, they are playing a game on the roof where they have this piece of wood, and each one of them has this like cup, and inside of this cup is dice. And you see that they kind of look to each other, name a couple of numbers, and throw the dice down as you kind of walk up. They pull the cups away, and one of them wins, and you can see the other two gets annoyed, and they look back at you. One of the individuals looks and goes, "Can I help you?"
Oh, sorry. I'm a bit new around here, so I just was curious about what you guys were doing. Mind if I join?
I mean, if you got gold to put up, of course, you could join a game of Liar's Dice. You ever played?
Have I ever played? Maybe.
Probably not. You've never sailed before this, right?
Yeah, she had to get from Siri to.
Oh, that's right. Then yeah, you would have played this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Once, probably.
Okay, then she'll say, nope, would be my first time here, so.
Oh, well, it's easy.
And you see, he looks to the other two.
Let the lady play with yours.
And the guy goes, "Fuck you."
What a
I'll
gentleman.
let-
And she'll put her hand out.
I'll let her try mine.
And you see that he hands you the cup with the dice. And they explain the rules to you, which you already know the rules. And we won't go into details because the game could take quite a while to actually play. But you know Pirates of the Caribbean. So as the rules are explained, you're playing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You slam down the dice. Enid, you can tell that you have a chance to lie here in order to win the game if you want to make a deception check.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a go. Well, it's a 22 because reliable talent, but that was a nat 1, so. Reliable talent, yay! 22.
And it still is a natural 1.
I can add another thing to it. You've taken my other
I'm
natural
also-
ones that have been reliable talent.
I think the whole point of reliable talent is that it's not a natural one. It replaces whatever the role is.
Whenever you
That's
make
why
an
it's
ability
reliable.
check- whenever you make an ability check that lets you add your proficiency bonus, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10.
Okay. Cool. As you sit there and you deceive the two of them, one of them goes,
"No, you're pretty good. Want to play again?"
However much money she won, she'll just scoop it up and say, I actually
5
need
gold.
a favor. How much gold?
5.
Wow, she really won out there. She'll like scoop it up and say, no, I'm all right. But I do have another favor to ask.
All right.
What can you tell me about the dude that lives in that big old castle?
Castle Drake. Well, that is the home of the proprietor of the Crimson Fleet, the largest fleet of free folk in the archipelago, and also the founder of Port Redcay. Pretty big shot around these parts.
I'm sorry, did they say the name already and I didn't catch it?
They said Captain Drake.
Captain Drake. I thought we... Okay, she'll say, well, makes sense. Castle named after him. Does he normally stay secluded in his castle, or do you know where someone would find him roaming around?
The other one speaks up and says,
Well, the captain usually stays in his castle as long as he can. Sometimes he does go out on a adventure from time to time, but for the most part, he's normally just picking up the gold from the merchants around in the fleet that he elegantly waves his hand and they just go do his bidding. He normally is taking requests. Normally, he likes doing business here as much as going out and sailing.
Requests for what kind of services?
More business, of course. He's always making deals and making requests to other merchants. He's one of the most prosperous in the archipelago, if not the most prosperous merchant lord.
Seems like it. And she'll stand up, but like leave the coins and toss another on there and say, "Thank you. You can have that." And
The other one whose cup that you were using goes, "Why? Were you looking to join the fleet?" And you see that on his jacket there is the flag of the Crimson Fleet.
we'll see if he accepts my services. And gives him a wink.
You'll see. What was your name again?
Umbra.
Umbra. Nice to meet you. Good game.
And your name?
Jack.
Funny. What's your last name? Just kidding, just kidding.
Arrow.
Arrow, Jack Arrow. All right, she will then make her way and then telepathically fill in the group and say, "Seems like he's down to make business. I'll go ahead and sneak into the castle from the top if you guys want to enter from the front."
Sounds good.
Okay. She'll continue to give them directions to help guide them there, but otherwise, yeah, Enid, it looks like they're all kind of, there's like ways to like connect to the castle, so she will stay at the top and try and sneak in that way.
Yeah, I will say once you get closer to the castle, these buildings they're about 45 feet away from the walls of the castle on purpose. It seems like they don't have any connecting buildings to the castle. As you are walking through, just as for context, you do see individuals that look like guard in a sense. They don't seem to act like normal guards, as you can see people fighting each other and gambling and damn near almost killing each other over certain things. But you do see they wear this red and gold armor that's kind of ramshacked with leather and belts. You probably won't know their name, but the Flame Wardens are the guard of the area. So you see individuals kind of look like this.
Okay. And so they're at the top and the bottom, kind of like up on the top and guarding the bottom as well.
You can see there are a lot of them in the towers of Castle Drake and the wall, and there are some that kind of walk around the bottom. It looks like they are being stationed more towards the castle. And those on the ground can see that there are more and more as you get closer and closer. But honestly, they don't really pay you any mind.
Really?
Until you get near the actual walls.
Okay. Okay. I might need more context when I get to the walls then.
Okay.
I don't know if you had anything else for other people right now.
No. Anybody who's on the ground floor, are you looking for anything or doing anything, or just kind of following Enid?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think would be following Enid, because we can't really make a distraction until the target is found. You know, it seems like a bad idea to do anything too
right.
too early.
All right. So Enid will make to navigate them to the front right when she gets to the edge to try and get in from the top, and she'll tell them, "All right, from here, I don't think I'll be able to guide you because I just got to get inside. So have fun being distracting."
We got it. Don't worry.
And then for me, I want to know, are they like, is there like gaps? Are there windows? Are the windows, like, what am I working with here?
Okay, so as you get closer and closer, there is a singular large arch door on the ground floor that looks like there are a couple of guards on the towers and at the door that are letting individuals in and out. It seems like one at a time almost, as they are requesting a presence with Captain Drake. But you can see that there is a pattern to the way they walk on the wall around. The wall has a walking area. There are about 3 guards
on the wall. One is very, 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 very far in the distance. Kind of, if we're kind of looking at this map, there's one like in this tower over here, but you guys are kind of like in this area. I would say it's really hard to use this map, and I should have had a better map. But there is one that's very far in the distance, one that is closest to you, that's kind of walking back and forth, and one that is in the other side. So left and right, and then in center. The one that are left and right, however, you can see, but you don't think that they're going to be much of an issue if you can get past the one that's in front of you.
Okay. I'm trying to decide if I should just turn invisible now or wait to try and escape with invisibility.
I will say this, from your vantage point, it's kind of hard to see over the wall, but just from perspective, where the wall is and then where the castle is about 120 to 150 feet. So there is some sort of courtyard or in between area. It's not just wall and then castle. So there's a gap. So wall, castle back here, and then like a courtyard thing.
Okay. Sorry, I'm really trying to imagine this. So there's no... I thought you were saying like the wall was like 45 feet away from the keep.
Right.
There's a courtyard.
Well, yeah. So I'm gonna draw it.
Appreciate you because I'm like,
So.
Not.
Oh well, that's not gonna fucking work at all. Oh wait, is that gonna work? Okay. So there is wall here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like down here. So in between this and this, you where the buildings are and the wall is about 45 feet of nothing. Just pathway beneath you.
Yeah.
After the wall, there is courtyard space, and then there is castle back here. So there's all this space right here is like courtyard, guardians, empty space, hangout area. I don't know. Gazebo.
Wall to protect the courtyard loops is still connected to the keep or the castle.
Right. It makes like a perimeter, like around the keep, like this.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Okay.
This side is ocean.
Okay. Well. Yeah, I think Enid would just cast invisibility probably now. Or... Sorry, y'all.
This is your stealth mission.
You good, girl. Take your time.
Okay. Maybe I should just go in with you guys. I don't know.
Yo, can you mute the stream just really quick? The audio.
Yep.
Bye. Oh,
my God. It's time.
I love it. Okay. All right. Now I can't. I have to do it all sneaky now. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it like it's gonna be very much like in Legend of Zelda.
I just mute the tab of Foundry, so I can't hear what's happening, but everybody else can hear what's happening.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So just imagine the Mission Impossible theme.
It's gonna be just like in Zelda, where you have to walk through the courtyards and just wait for the guards to turn around when you have to be there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of like sneak up and be like kind of crouched, and so when the guards turn, teleport with my dagger.
Okay.
To get across onto the wall.
Yeah.
Then, before they look back, she's going to slide down the courtyard wall and like go into like a bush or something, because you said there's a bunch of foliage.
Yeah. Okay.
And stuff.
All right.
This is fun.
I'm gonna turn that off. But
Oh man, I was vibing though.
what is this? What is this? I don't know what this is. Well, I don't know if this is the vibe, but you know, we'll fix it after the break. But as you throw the dagger and you teleport, as the guard is turned around, walking the other way, I do need you to make a stealth check with advantage.
Oh, well. Nat 20, so 45.
Okay. Yeah. As you throw the dagger, it is this swift, instantaneous motion. The dagger you teleport to, you don't even take the time to teleport onto the wall. You teleport in the air above the other side of the wall as you start to fall, and you grab yourself on the side of the wall and start to kind of acrobatics your way down. No check necessary because of the nat 20. You kind of flip off the wall into what looks to be right behind a large hedge, which, not Assassin's Creed style, into like a haystack. You're behind like a garden hedge right now, and you can see that there are guards posted throughout the garden. A multitude of them. There are about maybe 15 guards on just this side alone. But as you look around and try to figure out where your next course of action is, that is where we're going to take a break.
Early break.
Oh. Yeah. Unfortunately, somebody has to leave us.
Oh, right.
Whoever that is, don't let them get away with it.
All right.
To finish the story.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard? Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
He's gay, but he has a special connection to classical music. There's many things that are interesting about him.
In Avatar: The Last Airbender, it is done so well. But here's the thing. It grows to be more in depth. The spirit world becomes a thing, and it grows even more in depth after that. More layers get added on more layers, right? Not everybody in the Earth Kingdom is good. Not everybody in the Water Tribes. They're not all underpowered, right? Because the Northern Water Tribe is so strong. And not everybody in the Fire Nation is evil. The layers continue to be added the longer the story goes on. In your campaign, do that. Most people have a hard time starting a campaign because they don't know where to start. They think they need 7 kingdoms, hundreds of houses, thousands of NPCs. No! Stop! You don't need that. What you need is one town, one place, 4 or 5 NPCs, and an inciting incident.
What a joke. I worked my ass off to get where I am. And you take these shortcuts and you think suddenly you're my peer? You do what I do because you're funny and you can make people laugh? I committed my life to this.
Every day I wake up and I hope you're dead. Dead like if I can guarantee Henry would be okay. I'd hope you get an illness and then get hit by a car and die.
In this video, we're going to talk about secondary objectives, a way to make your combat encounters spicy, delicious, fantastic. Secondary objectives enhance combat in D&D to an exponential degree. Let's go ahead and dive into number 10. Rescue missions. Task your players with rescuing an NPC or retrieving an item during combat. It will help add layers of urgency and potentially even a moral dilemma. My favorite example of this is, instead of sending the players to kill the goblin camp that may raid the village, right? That's a consequence. Sometimes that's good enough. The goblins abducted the blacksmith. And now they need to save the blacksmith and kill the goblins. It's a secondary objective that spices things up.
You people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am because you need me. You need me to save you. You do. I am the only one who possibly can. You're not the real heroes. I'm the real hero.
Where? Where? Where, Dwight?
Seems like you already know where.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe that until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this country is innocent.
Now it's left to me to deal with him. You can't. If you try to interfere, this becomes a much simpler matter. I will kill your wife. I will kill your son. I will kill your infant daughter.
But for now, we're going to look at a slightly different system that doesn't just affect the moment of death, but the moments before death. Something that makes combat more grounded, horror more horrifying, and sacrifices all the more heroic. Picture a movie fight scene between a hero and villain. They're clashing blades, dancing back and forth, parrying, dodging, blocking, keeping up with each other's advances, surprising each other with new techniques and strategies, until finally, one of them lands a devastating blow. It's not just a graze on the arm, it's not just a smack on the chest. It's 0 HP. When using the point of no return system, we want to draw attention to this moment of the fight, to make that hit extra cinematic and weighted and affect the decisions that your players are going to make when they are given that critical choice of staying down or getting up.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
So with that, let's go ahead and dive into our first build, the level 5, Blighted Warden. In the shadowed underbrush of the ancient forest, where the line between decay and growth blurs, the Blighted Warden moves unseen. A spectral guardian at the crossroads of life and death, melding the Gloomstalker's mastery of darkness with the Circle of Spores' eerie command over fungal life. They are the embodiment of nature's unchecked, wild ferocity. With each arrow knocked from their twisted, spore-infested bow, they strike with the precision of night and the inevitable spread of decay. A silent protector of the natural order's darker, untamed side. So there we go. There's our thematic intro.
I have to finish the story.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard? Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
He's gay, but he has a special connection to classical music. There's many things that are interesting about him.
In Avatar: The Last Airbender, it is done so well. But here's the thing. It grows to be more in depth. The spirit world becomes a thing, and it grows even more in depth after that. More layers get added on more layers, right? Not everybody in the Earth Kingdom is good. Not everybody in the Water Tribes. They're not all underpowered, right? Because the Northern Water Tribe is so strong. And not everybody in the Fire Nation is evil. The layers continue to be added the longer the story goes on. In your campaign, do that. Most people have a hard time starting a campaign because they don't know where to start. They think they need 7 kingdoms, hundreds of houses, thousands of NPCs. No! Stop! You don't need that. What you need is one town, one place, 4 or 5 NPCs, and an inciting incident.
What a joke. I worked my ass off to get where I am. And you take these shortcuts and you think suddenly you're my peer? You do what I do because you're funny and you can make people laugh? I committed my life to this.
Every day I wake up and I hope you're dead. Dead like if I can guarantee Henry would be okay. I'd hope you get an illness and then get hit by a car and die.
In this video, we're going to talk about secondary objectives, a way to make your combat encounters spicy, delicious, fantastic. Secondary objectives enhance combat in D&D to an exponential degree. Let's go ahead and dive into number 10. Rescue missions. Task your players with rescuing an NPC or retrieving an item. During combat, it will help add layers of urgency and potentially even a moral dilemma. My favorite example of this is instead of sending the players to kill the goblin camp that may raid the village, right? That's a consequence. Sometimes that's good enough. The goblins abducted the blacksmith. And now they need to save the blacksmith and kill the goblins. It's a secondary objective that spices things up.
You people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am because you need me. You need me to save you. You do. I am the only one who possibly can. You're not the real heroes. I'm the real hero.
Holy, look at all this damage!
Where? Where? Where, Dwight?
Seems like you already know where.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe that until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this country is innocent.
Now is left to me to deal with him. You can't. If you try to interfere, this becomes a much simpler matter. I will kill your wife. I will kill your son. I will kill your infant daughter.
But for now, we're going to look at a slightly different system that doesn't just affect the moment of death, but the moments before death. Something that makes combat more grounded, horror more horrifying, and sacrifices all the more heroic. Picture a movie fight scene between a hero and villain. They're clashing blades, dancing back and forth, parrying, dodging, blocking, keeping up with each other's advances, surprising each other with new techniques and strategies, until finally, one of them lands a devastating blow. It's not just a graze on the arm, it's not just a smack on the chest. It's 0 HP. When using the point of no return system, we want to draw attention to this moment of the fight, to make that hit extra cinematic and weighted and affect the decisions that your players are going to make when they are given that critical choice of staying down or getting up.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
So with that, let's go ahead and dive into our first build, the level 5, Blighted Warden. In the shadowed underbrush of the ancient forest, where the line between decay and growth blurs, the Blighted Warden moves unseen. A spectral guardian at the crossroads of life and death, melding the Gloomstalker's mastery of darkness with the Circle of Spores' eerie command over fungal life. They are the embodiment of nature's unchecked, wild ferocity. With each arrow knocked from their twisted, spore-infested bow, they strike with the precision of night and the inevitable spread of decay. A silent protector of the natural order's darker, untamed side. So there we go. There's our thematic intro.
I have to finish the story.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard? Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
He's gay, but he has a special connection to classical music. There's many things that are interesting about him.
In Avatar: The Last Airbender, it is done so well. But here's the thing. It grows to be more in depth. the spirit world becomes a thing, and it grows even more in depth after that. More layers get added on more layers, right? Not everybody in the Earth Kingdom is good. Not everybody in the Water Tribes. They're not all underpowered, right? Because the Northern Water Tribe is so strong. And not everybody in the Fire Nation is evil. The layers continue to be added the longer the story goes on. In your campaign, do that. Most people have a hard time starting a campaign because they don't know where to start. They think they need 7 kingdoms, hundreds of houses, thousands of NPCs. No! Stop! You don't need that. What you need is one town, one place, 4 or 5 NPCs, and an inciting incident.
What a joke. I worked my ass off to get where I am. And you take these shortcuts and you think suddenly you're my peer? You do what I do because you're funny and you can make people laugh? I committed my life to this.
Every day I wake up and I hope you're dead. Dead like if I can guarantee Henry would be okay. I'd hope you get an illness and then get hit by a car and die.
In this video, we're going to talk about secondary objectives, a way to make your combat encounters spicy, delicious, fantastic. Secondary objectives enhance combat in D&D to an exponential degree. Let's go ahead and dive into number 10. Rescue missions. Task your players with rescuing an NPC or retrieving an item during combat. It will help add layers of urgency and potentially even a moral dilemma. My favorite example of this is instead of sending the players to kill the goblin camp that may raid the village, right? That's a consequence. Sometimes that's good enough. The goblins abducted the blacksmith. And now they need to save the blacksmith and kill the goblins. It's a secondary objective that spices things up.
You people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am because you need me. You need me to save you. You do. I am the only one who possibly can. You're not the real heroes. I'm the real hero.
Holy, look at all this damage!
Where? Where? Where, Dwight?
Seems like you already know where.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe that until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this country is innocent.
Now it's left to me to deal with him. You can't. If you try to interfere, this becomes a much simpler matter. I will kill your wife. I will kill your son. I will kill your infant daughter.
But for now, we're going to look at a slightly different system that doesn't just affect the moment of death, but the moments before death. Something that makes combat more grounded, horror more horrifying, and sacrifices all the more heroic. Picture a movie fight scene between a hero and villain. They're clashing blades, dancing back and forth, parrying, dodging, blocking, keeping up with each other's advances, surprising each other with new techniques and strategies, until finally, one of them lands a devastating blow. It's not just a graze on the arm, it's not just a smack on the chest. It's 0 HP. When using the point of no return system, we want to draw attention to this moment of the fight to make that hit extra cinematic.
Vestige.
We're back.
I just got here.
Welcome back. Let's back into the stuff. As we jump back into the game, Enid has teleported over the wall. She's on the other side, behind some hedges. There are about 15 guards. I'm
in her pocket.
You are in her pocket. Pocket full of sunshine.
Literally.
Well, it won't let me.
And lizard.
Whatever. We don't need visual representations. We can use our minds. There are about 15 guards on the other side around this garden. You can see that is a very nice garden that kind of leads towards on the side you are right now. The door is over here. I don't know why I didn't use that. This is like the entrance over here. So this is just
like the main entrance.
Yeah. So like there's a pathway. This is where the party is right here.
Mm-hmm.
Around the area, and you're on the side. So there are places where you can use the garden to your advantage to kind of sneak in and out. It is broad daylight. There are no shadows really, other than the shadows casted from the castle and the garden, but everything is in plain sight, at least in this moment. Make a perception check and see if you can kind of figure out the guards and their what is the word? Routine.
23.
Okay. So as you kind of look around a little bit and try to ascertain where the guards and their routine is, there is a set routine, and it looks like it is very, very tight. It is a very small window where one is not looking at a specific spot in this section of the courtyard. There's a reason there are so many, is to make sure that no matter what, they will see anything passing through.
Mm-hmm.
However, you do notice that there is a spot where all 15 of them do not look specifically in this direction. And you have a small window if you choose to try and dodge through.
Yes, but where I want to go, I wanted to ask about that. So is there like any windows that she can see into, like where, like on the side here? Like instead of going for the front entrance, is there anything she can see like where she would end up if she were to like go in that way?
Yeah, about 15 feet up, there are about 3 arrow slits. So not big enough for a person to fit through, but just big enough for someone to shoot arrows out of. But higher up, about 25 feet, there are 2 windows that look like not really barred, but you can see that there are there are arched windows that you would definitely be able to fit through. Any bigger individual would not be able to fit through them, but you're small enough that you could fit through those about 25 feet up.
Oh, and they're open.
And then they're castle
Okay.
windows, so like technically they're all open.
Okay. But can she, it might be not, she might not be able to, but can she see, is it like a stairwell, a library, like what it like opens into?
I would say with your 23 perception, yeah, it looks like those specific windows do lead into some sort of stairwell, because you can see kind of arches or circles upward, seeing the bottom of the stairs above, and 25 feet, and then the castle is about 60 feet tall. So there are other floors with windows. So it goes arrow slit, window, arrow slit, windows.
Okay. I think when the guards move where she has that opening, she would do like a quiet kind of like run and then toss the other dagger to teleport to that level that she saw with the stairwell. And then curl into the window there, trying to listen to see if anyone, when she gets there, of course, try and listen to see if she can hear anyone coming either up or down the stairs.
Okay. As you do, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot. One second. As you throw the dagger up into the window, easily enough to do. I'm not going to make you roll for that because you are Enid. As you throw the dagger, you teleport. Or do you want to teleport inside, or do you want to teleport like right at the window?
If I can teleport inside, that would be great.
This will just be fun for us if I do this. So you teleport inside, and you look around, and you can hear footsteps walking. The sound seems to be going away from you.
Oh, okay.
So there is a downward and an upward section. You can choose one of the others, or one of the two.
Yeah, I think she would, assuming, is she still within the mile range of the party?
Oh yeah.
Okay. She's gonna ask them, telepathically, of course. Would you prefer if I try to find his private room or come into the, I guess, gathering space, whatever, where he has his audiences?
I mean, lukewarm take, out of character, OOC, if you will. If Enid can do this without needing a big hubbub of distraction, I mean, isn't that the ideal situation? So I think if you can get it in his private quarters without needing a distraction, yeah. But if not, I think a distraction would be easier in the common room if you can, or if he is out there.
Well, and we're still like mind linked too, so like Enid could keep us updated as she's going through and being like, okay, JK, I need the distraction, and we can just be on standby.
That's true. Okay, cool.
Real quick, John, before we jump back to that, Rian wants to buy a bottle of like rum, bourbon, something, and he's just gonna like go into a little alley and he's gonna dump it out. He's just gonna carry around a glass bottle with just like that much liquid at the bottom.
He should swish his mouth a little bit.
Mark off 3 copper pieces.
You got it.
How you gonna sell alcohol if you don't smell it, boy?
Thing, it's just, I'm not selling it. Trust me, I got a plan, just in case.
Trust me.
Kind of want to see the plan. Okay, well, with that communication from the party, Enid will assume his private quarters would not be on the first floor, so she'll start to head up quietly, stealthily, trying to keep listening to see if she hears anybody, and try and like basically like a little rat scurry her way around trying to find where to go.
Drawing. So you go up the stairs. You see that you are in another floor of the castle.
Oh wow.
You can see. Here, I'll put you on here, and you can move yourself.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're making this up on the spot, guys.
Pause.
Hold on. All right.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Okay. Not to scale. Just want it to be known. This is not to scale. So you get to the what you think would be the second floor. And you look around and you can see that it is hallways on either side that lead into different areas of this castle, different wings. And you can see that the hallways go all the way down and then stop and then turn inwards. So it looks like there's a hallway that goes around the entirety of this section of the castle, and it looks like there are multiple doors around. Like this section of the castle is for guests. It seems that there are shadows on either side of the hallways one's walking towards you. You can tell the shadows getting larger down here. So this side's walking towards you, and you can tell that the shadow over here is walking away from you.
Okay. All right, then Enid will light-footed quickly curl this way, kind of like following that one, but trying to remain like silent, so that when this one of it like shows up, they don't see her, and the one that she's following still doesn't notice her. I will also say she's looking out for the next level of stairs to try and get higher.
Okay. So as you start to walk behind the individual that is walking away from you. You can hear the foot. Yeah. You silently walk behind, and you see him in front of you. One of the flame wardens, about 40 feet in front of you as you turn the corner. But you know that the other one is behind you, coming towards you. So make a stealth check with advantage, because it is dim lit.
Good. Okay. 25.
You're seeing all of this.
25. We working with us.
Okay.
Thank God I'm rolling my natural ones with reliable talent. Am I
Right.
You follow 40 feet behind this flame warden. You see he stops, and you stop, and looks around, looks down the hallway, starts walking down the hallway, and you do notice as you're walking, catching up with him as he goes down. You're now, you've came and then walked down one of the hallways, long hallways, and now he's making a right. So he's doing a square. It seems like the troll is a square. As he starts walking, you notice on your left side there's an open archway and a staircase leads up.
Beautiful. Quietly up the stairs.
Okay. You can move your token.
Oh, yeah, duh. Also, given how tall this building is there at least a guess on like the range of floors? Like, is it like 3 to 5, or is it like 6 to 7? Like, by looking at it, you know?
Probably in the range of like 5 or 6.
Damn, we got a lot of floors, guys.
As you walk up, you
Unless
do
the top
notice.
floor is an attic. Sorry.
You do notice that this is a much smaller room, but there is a bridge that kind of goes across to another room. You notice that this section might be part of one of the towers, and these two are connected on either side. Like there's, well, I mean, you can kind of see the structure, but you can see that this is almost like a study of sorts as you walk up to it, and you can see that there's a door that leads to a bridge off to another room, but there's no one in this room. So.
And no perceivable like stairwell up either, so I'd have to like go to the other room if I wanted to proceed north. North up. Okay, is John really cutting out for just me, or is it everybody?
It's for me too.
Okay.
For me too.
Oh, God damn it.
No, you're good now, I think.
Okay. Cool. I might also be talking low. So I'll say this. You can tell that this right here leads to a tower. Like an actual tower that spirals upwards and down. And this, so you're like
see.
the edges.
Like a stairwell. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then just doing a quick little look around, not to take too much time. Does there seem to be anything that stands out in this study? I think particularly she's looking for signs of Demogorgon. She doesn't think it'd just be hanging around, but you know, you can
No,
never
it doesn't.
be too sure.
I mean, with a quick investigation, nothing that mentions Demogorgon or anything
No
of that nature.
symbol or anything.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. In that case, I think she would opt just to use the tower to get up to a level that she would think his private study or even just private floor would be.
Okay.
So we'll just go to this left stairwell. Sorry, I'll move myself. Or tower, not stairwell, sorry.
Thank God you can imagine what I'm imagining, because what's on the screen right now fucking sucks.
Nah, I'm imagining it. It's all good.
So, this is, again, a tower, and you can see there are many arrow slits that lead up, but it also is a spiral staircase that goes up. You're going to go up, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you go up and up and up and up, you get to a doorway about right here, and it does seem to be locked.
Okay. Enid will use one of her first corporeal charges from her ghost step tattoo and step through the door.
Okay. As you step through the door, we're going to cut back to the party. Seekers, as you are kind of in the thoroughfare near the doorway that leads into Castle Drake, you do notice an individual walks out looking to have some sort of station. This individual, you see dark brown beard with a large wide-brimmed hat with a large red feather in it. You can see he wears gold and blue and purple attire, as he looks like he holds much money. And you can see that there are individuals that flank him as he leaves. And you can see off in the distance, as the doors are open, as the flame wardens are kind of starting to close it, you notice an individual that is kind of waving to him. Can't really make out what he says with all of the noise around you, but it is a red-skinned dragonborn with red, very well-made attire. All of it is red and yellow and gold. And you see that he has what looks to be like a very long cigar in his hand, and he's kind of waving off to him. And you see that he's flanked by many guards. You get a feeling that this may be the individual that people are speaking of. Is there anything you want to do with this information as you see Captain Drake at the bottom of the castle?
Well, I feel like let Enid know might be a good idea, but I'll defer to everybody else first.
I mean, yeah, part one for sure. Part two. Wait, John, is he by himself?
No, he's flanked by many guards.
Many guards?
Yeah.
And does he look like he's just out having a nice glass, or is he drunk, or?
It's hard to tell from this distance. He's probably about 100 feet away from you. You can just you can see him and catch him out because of how bright and vibrant he is among all of the other things around. You see that he kind of walked out that other individual and is starting to turn around. As the doors are closing, everyone who's on the outside, make perception checks.
God damn it. Oh, mine didn't go through, but I rolled a nat one.
Oh. You can tell that Captain Drake wears much and many jewelry on him. Hard to tell if he actually has the item on him.
What would a Gax roll be? Because he is with us.
Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. Perception. Alright, that didn't fucking roll in. There it goes. He rolled a 20.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, well. Guys. He's got a weird ring on.
Where? Which one?
Left
Looks like
hand.
there's a lot. Which finger, Gak?
Middle.
The middle?
Left hand, middle finger. Okay. All right, so then telepathically, Enid, Captain Drake is down here, near the gates of the keep. The ring is on his left hand and his middle finger.
And is Enid currently where she is now when she finds out that he's at the fucking bottom? Sick. Enid's gonna say, God damn it, I'm at the top. Is there any way you guys can get him to head upstairs? Because he's also surrounded by guards, so Enid would like him to not be.
And he just came out of the keep, and there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like around the area. Okay.
See, I don't have great charisma.
Oh, got good riz.
I don't. I'm fine. Like, I'm okay with persuasion.
Okay. So,
That's it.
I think Rian is gonna sort of look towards Gak, Basil, and Gideon and say, I think we need to try and start a bit of a street fight so that way they recall him back into the keep. They just kind of pull him back. If Gak, Gideon, you guys can make some commotion, maybe shoot off some spells, and then...
Rian, you can punch me in the face.
I was not gonna hit you. You just
Why do I have to be the one to get hit?
No, I wasn't gonna hit you either.
Rian can
How we have a
punch
fight
me
if
in
no
the
one
face.
gets hit?
I'm the healer. I can heal myself.
No, it's all right. It's all
gotta figure out who we're hitting.
Okay, Basil,
Where's
you're just
Gideon
gonna
when you need him?
you're just gonna start yelling at somebody. All right, pick a random
Okay.
person that you don't like the look of. Start yelling at. 'Em, okay?
Okay, I can do that. Do you want me to go now?
Why are you looking at me?
Not Gideon though.
Doors start
Somebody
to
that is not
close.
one of us. Okay, and then Gideon, after my signal, shoot off a couple of spells. All right.
Copy.
All right. Rian is gonna he's gonna walk just a little bit away from the party, and I want to go to a big group of people, where they're all kind of looking at Captain Drake.
Yeah.
And what I want to do is with that half quarter left in it bottle, I just want to take it and at the back of the group, somebody a little bit further ahead, 2 or 3 people ahead, I just want to chuck it at the back of their head and then kind of push into the guy next to me and be like, why'd you throw that? As the guy turns his head. Pin it on another
Hell
guy.
yeah.
All right.
Basil. Oh wait, are we?
Yeah, this is what's initiating it. Rian throws the bottle at the back of someone's head. It crashes. Ah! What the actual fuck? As he turns around. And Rian, you push the other guy and say, what?
Why'd you do that?
I didn't do it.
And the other one turns around.
The fuck is wrong with you?
And you see him start storming over to the other guy, and the other guy puts his hands up.
I didn't throw anything. What are you?
Just a punch across the face. Basil?
Yeah. And then the other thing Rian will do is he'll just kind of he's just gonna walk a little bit. I think he's just gonna try and shoulder check another person into the group, but grab somebody at the same time and kind of throw them into him and be like, straight forward. And then Rian's just gonna punch somebody.
Nice.
And then he's gonna look to the others.
Basil's gonna walk past a group of men and kind of walk in front of them, and then she's gonna turn around and punch one of them in the face. And excuse me, what makes you think you can touch me without my consent?
What?
Is that what you do to people? Do you just touch them whenever you feel like it?
Lass, I did not touch you, I swear. And
Now
you hear,
you're using the P word. I cannot believe you would use a slur like that around this great group of people.
Gak goes, and starts casting temporary spoons. And then starts casting, I don't know, what the fuck is Gak cast? He has this spell. Go, Gideon.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're trying to get him to retreat back to the keep, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of want him to be, like, a little scared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's amp it up just a little bit.
So there's
Just a little bit.
spoons, and then whatever the fuck Gideon...
Dragon! No.
Gideon's gonna disintegrate somebody.
The guy standing right next to him, that'll get him scared. I'm sure he was a bad free folk anyway. No, we'll just, because, I mean, like, I know the doors are, like, kind of closing, but they're still near it, right?
Yeah, I will say that the guards that were closing the doors are starting to step away from the doors because all of the shit that's going on. So you see that they're kind of forgetting to close the doors, and there's guards running up to start closing the doors in their place. Drake is kind of just looking back. He has turned back around to look at what's going on.
Okay. I think Gideon's kind of just, like, trying to, like, avoid the fight and, like, getting back, and so he's kind of moving in with a group of people, but at one point when he has a clear shot, he's going to subtle spell so it doesn't look like he's casting the spell, but he's going to just throw a third level fire chromatic orb and actually have it hit the door that they're trying to close, like in Drake's direction. Not at him, but just like near him.
Gak sees that and from behind the crowd casts Firebolt. So it's like poof. Yeah, the chromatic orb hits the door. You see the flame wardens, which I don't think you saw.
Sure did.
Ryan. They're the pseudo guards in a place that doesn't really have government.
Oh, nice.
More like mercenaries. You see them kind of wince as the fire hits the door. Some of them run up, and you do hear in the distance, "Get him inside! Get Captain Drake inside!" And you just kind of hear a laughter from Captain Drake as he just kind of is being ushered inside, but he's just walking in.
Does it look like
all right.
he's kind of having fun? Just watching?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like,
yeah,
it's
no,
just a
yeah.
street fight to him. He doesn't think this is political assassination.
No,
He's not about
not
to
at
get
all.
Oberyned or anything.
He's an older pirate captain. He's just like, haha, this is fun. All right, I'll go inside. So they start to lead him inside. The doors shut. Flame wardens start to disperse around. I would ask, are you guys staying in the area or kind of backing up from the chaos that is now a full-out mob of people just hitting and slamming each other and just fighting?
I mean, we're probably backing away, right?
Yeah,
We're not going to be able to really do anything here.
Rihanna isn't gonna embrace it. He's like, all right, cool.
All right, so I will say the front of the castle, Castle Drake, is basically inaccessible at this point as you back up. So if you guys come back, that part of the castle is going to be very difficult to get through. Just to let you know. Okay. We move back to the interior of the castle.
You got this, Fel.
You
And
can hear.
We would share that with Enid, what just happened.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Enid and Yrsa, you would hear this information, and yeah, not Chip. You do hear outside of the windows, Enid. You do hear the brawl happening.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to do?
Well, in this, what do I see? I walked through that locked door, but what do I see? I know that he's at least inside now. Probably not taking any audiences anymore because of the commotion outside at the very least, but she doesn't know still where he's going to end up in the keep. But what does she see here?
Yeah, so what you see is, as you walk in, a very, very, very large room. Looks like this section of the castle definitely could have been made into multiple rooms, but was made into a single room. And as you walk in, there is a large fireplace off to the side, probably about almost 8 feet tall. And in the center of the room looks like a large depiction of a ancient red dragon that is kind of underneath it, is like flying over top of a ship. This very gaunt, ornate statue that Captain Drake had commissioned or something. And as you kind of look past, you can see a sitting area, a library off to the side, and a large bed off into the distance, which again, everything in here is very is decorated with depictions of dragons and mosaics and ships. There is off to one side there are about 6 chests just kind of stacked next to each other like a dragon hoarding gold.
Okay. Well, since she's alone in here, do the chests look trapped?
Do you want to make an investigation check?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
make an
assume
investigation
not in his private room, but you never know with these people. Good thing my investigation is +0, but with advantage for some reason. Too bad I rolled a 1 and a 2.
You don't know?
All right. Well, fuck it. What's in them? Are they locked? You
never know.
Watch, it's a mimic, and I'm gonna die here.
That's
Or
how
get
Enid
eaten.
goes.
Yeah.
You open one
Alrighty.
chest. You hear Yursa. You open one chest, not locked, and there's not a lot of light in this room. There are torches that are lit, and the fireplace is going. But all of the light in this room glimmers off a just pile of platinum in the first chest. Do you open another?
Oh yeah, she's just gonna 1, 2, 3, like.
Okay.
Open them.
Yeah. It is 6 chests filled to the brim with jewels, necklaces, and jewelry, and platinum pieces. There are some gold pieces in here, but you see that almost everything in here is platinum.
Wow. Okay.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Another one. 14.
Okay. As I stated before, they're all kind of piled up together. All the chests are around each other. And there are gold pieces and platinum pieces on the ground from the overflowing. As you're kind of looking towards it, though, you do notice that, like, a section of the platinum pieces, it's like almost someone is laid in them.
She's gonna, like, say that to Yursa and be like, what do you think? Like, he takes a nap in his gold?
That sounds extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah. And it's not, like, pet size, like maybe, like, a dog or a cat laid in it. It's, like, person.
Humanoid size.
Weird. So, okay. Implying, though, that he really loves his gold.
Is it all real, John? I know yours is a lizard, but does it look real?
I mean, you can make an investigation check.
As a lizard?
No, as yourself.
Yeah. Oh, it's only +2.
Okay, mine's a +0.
My lizard eyes are too small.
Oh, no. Okay. I mean, they're probably too heavy to, like, and there's 6 of them. So it's not like Enid can, like, steal it, you know, like, and try and get, like, leverage on him. She can sit on it and wait for him and be like, I guess I could use it for negotiation purposes, maybe.
Wait, John, can Yrsa swivel out and go over and bite one of the coins to see if it's real?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
You go over and bite one of the coins. It is real. So basically, right now you are looking at well over 1 million gold.
Oh my.
Okay.
Yrsa just nods her little lizard head. Yes, this is real.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of like what to do because it feels like that's something we can utilize, but I'm trying to figure out how. I think it'd be. I don't know how to move it though, and hide it. There's no like how tall is his bed? Can I hide under his bed?
It's probably the size, if not bigger than a California king bed. It is. It could probably fit people laying next to each other, like 10 people across.
Wow.
However, getting underneath of it, it is solid wood.
Okay. I don't think hiding it's the mood anyway. I mean, it might be a little bit of a waiting game. I don't know if he was really gonna rush up here at all. But I don't want to confront him somewhere where all the guards are, so... You said there was a study as well. Okay, up here, is she seeing any signs of Demogorgon at all?
There is a desk that has paperwork, and you can see many. It's like almost a cabinet of those little tiny squares that scrolls could be fit into. You want to go over there and start looking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lizard,
You start.
if you want to help look too, that might help me.
Yeah, I will. I'll scurry around. It might be easier to see stuff on the floor.
Okay.
I'll go under the bed. Can you also look under the bed as Lizard?
Yeah, you can.
I'll get into the nooks and crannies.
Appreciate you.
You don't find anything under the bed, Yrsa. But, and I will say for the party outside, Gak is looking through Chip's eyes at this moment. You start reading through things, Enid, and a lot of this is business paperwork, ledgers of deals with various lords and, well, pirate lords. You can see that Captain Drake there is some sort of council of pirates that there is in the Free Folk in the archipelago, and he is one of the 7. You can see paperwork leading back to almost 50 years ago where Port Red Cay was created, and he was the sole owner of the island. And there's nothing about Demogorgon.
Okay.
There are many ledgers, some of them being that he has dealt with Ciri, done business deals with the Citron Empire in some cases. You can see also there are ledgers of all of the ships that he owns, and that his fleet is roughly about 35 strong. Most all of them galleons and some brigantines, so you can definitely tell that Captain Drake, he has almost an armada at his disposal. As you're kind of looking through further and further, there are paperworks, like personal notes dating back years, where it seemed like he was infatuated with artifacts and rumors of mythological items, and one of which is this sunken ship of this one of the first pirate lords of the archipelago, trying to find this treasure, but also looking for other magical artifacts. And you can tell that he at some point found the ring and does in fact own it. You can't see as you're kind of perusing through where exactly he found it from, but as you were looking through everything, you hear,
well, That's not very nice.
Like an echo? So, but she looks around and he's not in here?
You're here too.
So it's not like in our heads, it's like in the room?
In the room.
Now, why are you perusing through my personal things?
Didn't feel like coming up here to find out? Too scared?
One thing I am, lass, is not scared.
Prove it. And she's gonna walk over and sit down on his pile of gold. Seems like you like this gold a lot. I could get used to it too.
In an instant, you hear a popping noise, and about 30 feet in front of you, you see like almost the body goes from a bluish, purplish, like translucence to corporeal to fully realized right in front of you. You see a red dragonborn, Captain Stephen Drake.
Oh, hello. That's such a cool character. Wow.
I like his outfit. Very dapper.
Now, why exactly would you go ahead and sit on my hoard of gold?
Needed to get you up here to talk. I have a bit of a bone to pick with the Syrian government. They have fucked over a lot of people. Why would you associate yourself with them? And she's gonna like get up off the gold and like just start to like not like circle him like a shark, but like walk around the room, like maybe to the bed. I don't know if it has a bed frame, and just kind of like in a way with an air of like control, where she's just like putting her hand on things, maybe picking up an item or something, trying to kind of get under his skin a little bit.
John, does it feel like he knows that yours is there as Lizard?
Make an insight check.
Okay, I was gonna say, she was like on the floor.
Is she still on the floor, or is she back
you're
to
on an
Google?
island. Lizards are very
Exactly.
common.
I would have said like she was still like on the floor looking around. Insight? I just want to know how I should play this, is all.
Doesn't seem like he saw you.
Okay, then yours is going to quietly slip under the bed so she can watch from a hidden spot.
All of you on the outside can also see this. As Chip is, I guess, in a pocket somewhere. I don't know. Chip is not in view right now. Captain Drake, as you kind of circle the room, you notice that he circles with you, kind of keeping you at the same distance the whole time. But as he's walking, he doesn't really look fully at you, just kind of looking off towards his gold as he walks, as you guys kind of circle the room.
Ah, so you got pretty far into my things.
Doesn't seem like you care much about it if you let someone get in this far, spend that much time looking through things. So tell me.
Normally people don't get up this far. You must be pretty sneaky.
Good thing you can point out the obvious.
I'll have to start paying my guards less.
That definitely pushes people to work harder.
Let's get right to it. You snuck up into my castle. You were looking for something particular. Opening my chests of gold. How much gold did you exactly steal from me?
My hands are clean as far as the gold. Is that where your biggest concern is?
Oh, I have many concerns. But yes, my gold is one of them. If you didn't steal any, then why are you here?
I don't know how to make it more clear. I was straightforward. I have a huge bone to pick with the Syrian government. They destroyed everything from my childhood. My home, my family. And I don't particularly like that you've been working with them. So,
Let me
what are
stop
they
you right
giving you?
there. Working with them is a loose term. Taking their gold, more like it.
Helping them?
Nothing that would hurt the free folk.
But just the Sirens, right?
Gold is gold.
An ass is an ass.
Look, the archipelago's only been inhabited for almost close to 60 years. There's only so much gold you can get. And it just so happens the Citran government has most of it in the world. You telling me you've never done anything you don't like?
Oh,
Never done
many
anything?
things. Especially to
Then-
people who've hurt me.
And we are of the same.
What,
So you want
want
to
a
get back
deal
at
or
the Citran
something?
government? I
I
don't
do.
know. I don't make deals normally with people who sneak into my home.
Besides gold, what do you even have to offer? Because it looks like that's where your main focus is.
Gold does get you a lot. Gets you quite a bit. Power gets you more. Fear even more than that. Loyalty even more than that. And I got a lot of all of those things.
And how would that benefit me exactly?
Well, what are you looking for? You said you want to get back at the Citran government, but you haven't told me what. They took everything from you. They took a lot of things from a lot of people. So what exactly do you want other than get back at them?
Look, it's just me out here, okay? I'm just a loner, and I don't have a lot of direction. So, this was my first stop. I admittedly don't know what I want to do with the Citran government. They took out Nubai, and I've been alone ever since. So, I've been making small moves to try and fuck them over, but this is probably my biggest move. So I'm a little desperate.
You're part of Nubai.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to apologize and say sorry. I heard of what happened.
Is he sincere about that?
Seems like he's sincere. Now, this being your first move, that's a pretty big move. Not a lot of newer folk are willing to do that, especially to me. So I'm listening. What is it you want? You want to join the Crimson Fleet?
With what you pay your guards? I don't think so.
My guards, those are mercenaries. I pay my employees very well. My crew gets about, what is it now, 80% of all profit they find.
She's gonna sit down on the bed and kind of put her hands on her knees. So I join your crew for you to maybe start to take a few shots at the Citran government, but you probably still get the gold from them, right? Why would that benefit me at all? What can you actually do against them? You're saying
Well,
you got all this power? Where?
I have quite a bit of power, but I would be lying to myself if I said I had enough power to take on the Citran government. Are you crazy? They've been, what, a government, a city, for thousands of years. They took over an entire other nation when it just up and left. I have 36 ships. Yes, a lot. Thousands of men. Citran government has almost all the power in the world. There's a reason the calamity didn't end in Siri.
All right. Fair point.
I know.
Well, that does give me an idea of how you can help me. You're right. One strong, powerful group of people is not enough. We could definitely start to get a unification around more people who would have a reason to do so. After all, especially if you're leading the charge and you like all that gold that the Citran government has, once they're gone, maybe you can make the largest claim to it. So I'd be happy to help, round up a few more powerful people. I'd love some information on your suggestions at least, but what then do I do for you? Because that's a lot of you helping me. What do you want from me?
So you're saying you're powerful?
I got up here, didn't I?
Well, it's easy to climb a wall.
I've been to the Underdark, to the Astral Sea, through the plane of air. Like I said, I'm a wanderer, and I have some options here.
You see, he definitely, at this point, tries to read you as you make all of these outrageous claims.
She's being honest this time.
I know.
So.
And he looks at you and goes, "Holy shit, you're not lying."
I can open up some doors for you. But what doors do you want open?
Now this is interesting. So you're telling me that you, yourself, alone, traveled to the Underdark, traveled to the Astral Sea, did all those things? Or do you have a team?
Not quite a team. I just tend to be very persuasive and sneaky. And information's everywhere if you know where to look.
Make a deception check.
Okay. 28.
Well, I think among my crew we could use someone with your skills.
What would my title be, though? Am I just one of your crew? Because I don't think just any of your crew can do what I can do.
True. But we don't really do titles around here.
Oh, but things change, don't they?
Yeah, but then those things start to change into the thing that we ran away from.
I do see what you're saying there. What about...
Where did you say you were from again?
Nubai?
Nubai. Born and raised in Syria?
Well, like I said, a bit of a wanderer, but that's where I was born until it was destroyed, essentially.
I feel like we are kind of going in circles here.
I'm
Seems
just...
like you do want to join my crew. And I could use someone like you. You seem standoffish about it. Normally, people would love to join my crew. Just jumping at the bit trying to get in to the Crimson Fleet. You snuck into my room to potentially join my crew, but you don't like terms I'm setting. What? I feel like you still haven't told me what you want.
I was just about to make a suggestion. If you don't want to do what the free folk have ran away from, how about either a third of your crew is now under my control, and we work together, or you help me recruit my own. I don't like to work under people either.
You are very bold.
I'm up here, aren't I?
You are. See, the issue is you haven't proven anything. You've proven you can sneak into my house. That's true. You've proven you're very sneaky and you are a good talker. You haven't proven how good you are on the sea, how good you fight, how you deal under pressure.
She's gonna flip out her blade, do a little like twirl and everything. Be like, all right, you and me, let's go. If you want to see how good I am.
You're serious?
What, you afraid? Or are you still never afraid?
He disappears, Enid.
Okay.
Your move.
Okay. I'll start with, this isn't the right thing. I think telepathically, she would tell Yursa, get in my pocket. And try and like stay near the bed so Yursa can scurry on over. And I would like to start with making a perception check to see if I can hear his footsteps or anything at all, because she knows he's invisible. But like any sort of breathing, anything.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Is, I will say, for team outside, I know you guys are outside watching this. Is there anything you guys are doing? Just letting this play out? All right.
I will
Disintegrate
say,
into the window.
Yursa is also helping relay the conversation as much as she can, since I know Chip can't do too much. But Yursa wants to try to stay hidden under the bed until Enid gives a signal that she needs help.
It's not that she needs help, it's that Enid's gonna do something and then make a quick escape, and I need Yursa in her pocket to do that, so that I'm not leaving Yursa behind.
That is okay. Yursa, when she feels the time is right, she will scurry her way towards you. She's gonna wait a second.
All right. Do I hear anything with a 23?
23 perception is very good. And normally you would be able to hear someone who's invisible, at least walking.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least see dust kicking up from where they are walking. There is no sound.
All right. Let's see. Okay. We're going to... And I have a whole turn. I could take an action, a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself, so I get a +2 to my AC.
Okay.
Or should I have just activated the Boots of Haste instead? Because that's also a bonus action. You know what? And we have to make an escape. Yeah. We're going to, instead of that, activate Boots of Haste, which already adds 2 to my AC, so it's a 20. And I have the Belt of Displacement on, so he already would attack with disadvantage. But I kind of want to flavor that she is taking like the dodge stance. So she's like ready, because I may want to grapple him when he attacks. That's what I kind of am thinking.
Okay.
Like, so dodge, prepping to, if he like swings, she can like grab onto him.
Okay. All right. That's not the one we want.
Have we seen the vestige at all at this point?
They said it, yes. So Gak said it was on his left hand on the middle finger.
And we've seen it on his hand.
I mean, I didn't do a perception check for it. I just was trusting what they said.
Do we see it, John?
Or did we before he was invisible?
Good point.
He wears a lot of jewelry.
Okay.
You didn't do a perception check to see if he had it on.
Valid.
And most of the time in moments like, I'd be like, yeah. In this moment, it matters. He definitely has magic.
Oh, really?
Thanks for that.
Thank you. All right.
Enid, as you kind of take a defensive stance, you kind of wait with your action. There are 3 bolts of purple energy out of nowhere. They almost look like they turn from a blue transparent into a solid purple out of thin air as he casts Eldritch Blast at you.
Bro.
Okay. Disadvantage until he hits me.
Yeah. They all miss.
Can I see the direction in which they came from?
Yeah, near the statue in the
Okay.
center of the room.
Is he still invisible after he casts them?
Mhm.
What a loser.
As you kind of dodge 1, 2, 3, they all hit the bed frame, one the wall to the side, and one almost hits the gold. You don't hear any sound after that. It's back to you, Union.
Okay. Might have to activate plan 2, which is not... Okay. All right, so... Yeah. So still has Belt of Displacement. I think now she will do Shield of Faith on herself. So now she's got 22 AC. Which is concentration, so if he hits me, I do have to
I'm sorry if I'm not being helpful, Phil. I don't want to ruin a plan that you have.
No, you're good. They're all shitty plans, so don't you worry.
Okay, like, I don't want to reveal that I'm here until
No, yeah.
you want it revealed that she's here.
I just don't, because, okay, so my plan for escape requires Yrsa to be in her pocket, because I don't want to leave you behind. That's all. So if you're able to scurry into her pocket, then I can
because I don't know where he is right now, Yrsa's going to try to stealthily scurry over to Enid.
Okay, you can.
Okay.
Cool. Then...
And you do have that link, by the way, so you could tell,
Yeah.
you can communicate back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I would be communicating. And then, so that was the bonus action. For her action, she is going to try and make a strike in the direction that we saw the Eldritch Blast come from. And we'll use the psionic blades as well because hold on. I think one of them, if it hits, makes him glow, I think. Hold on. Force, radiant. Target glows with radiance. Okay, great. So yeah, we're gonna use radiant on him. And so if I hit, yay.
Okay. You throw the dagger.
Do I get to roll?
It does not hit.
Okay. All right.
You are almost positive, Enid, that where you threw that dagger, it definitely should have hit anybody who's invisible, at least.
Okay, then... Okay, Enid's gonna say... For someone who's never scared, that seems like a really cowardly move, pirate. And she will wait for him to attack her again.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
I would like you to make a persuasion check.
With guidance. Wait.
Thank
can't
you.
have that as a blizzard. Fuck!
I'm gonna add my bolstered knack to that, one of my energy dies. So
Little gecko just goes. Guidance.
I'm gonna do
Not for a couple more levels.
10. D10. We're gonna add that to the top there. Okay, so 21. That's math.
Okay, 21. Yeah, you hear. No, that's rude. And you see off into the corner, Captain Drake appears and draws a rapier.
Perfect.
I will say, the two of you notice that he is messing with one of the left hand. He's messing with a ring that is very ornate and silver with this like blue gem in it. Enid, as he comes back to solid form, you do notice something. Again, he transitions from this blue and green, like transparent, into solid. It then clicks with you that he wasn't invisible. He was in the ethereal plane, a plane that you've been into multiple times. So as he comes back out, he draws the rapier and kind of readies himself.
Okay. Is he doing anything else on his turn?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to... All right. So with Lazarus's twin shadows... Sorry, just trying to read the thing. Yeah, okay. What we're gonna do is we're going to use the Shadow Burst ability from Lazarus's Twin Shadows. And that's where you teleport somewhere. So she's gonna teleport right next to him. And then I get advantage on this next attack, which gives me sneak attack. And she is going to, the hand that has that ring on it, aim right there and sneak attack to cut off his hand.
Okay.
Thanks for the idea, John.
All right.
All right.
Just take his whole hand with you.
We are. We're about to.
Just carrying the hand out. Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
Okay. Does a 22... Well, you know what? Before you say that, I'm going to use my homing... Oh, wait, it's with advantage. Hold on. That was worse. We're going to use my homing abilities, which I can add a d10 to that, just because I want to make sure this fucking hits. Yay!
That hit. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. This is it with sneak attack damage as well. Include all of that.
$34 points of damage. Yeah. Enid, you could tell that Captain Drake is a seasoned fighter, but nowhere near on the level of you in the party. So as you look down and you kind of slice up and down with the dagger, kind of sawing off, you see the hand get lobbed off, and you just hear Drake scream in pain as he kind of holds his hand as the hand falls on the ground with the ring attached to it. He just yells out, "You motherfucker!"
Awesome. Okay.
Man, he lost the accent. He was so mad.
Yeah, well.
I'm trying to see if this is also a reaction too. No, it's not a reaction. Okay. Yeah, she'll just grab the hand. And unless you think he's not gonna respond. Because I have things I want to do, but I'll just pick up the hand and wait my turn. If he has a response.
Yeah, free object interaction, pick up the hand with the ring on it. And you wait for a
let me, I would like to stealthily get the ring off the hand. If that's an action, that's fine. Like a what is that, sleight of hand check?
Yeah.
Ursa wasn't sure what she was expecting when she went on this little adventure. But everything that has transpired has not been it. And she has just been a fucking along for the ride.
She's just like, oh my god.
I will say you watch Captain Drake holding his bleeding arm, as he starts to he's losing so much blood, and he's just looking at you as you kind of grab the hand, looks down at his hand, make a sleight of hand as he kind of looks down towards this cut off arm.
Nice, 34.
Yeah, yeah. You slip the ring off. Are you just putting the hand back down?
No, she wants him to think that he wants his hand back. But so she has the ring, and she's gonna I don't know, pocket it. But so he thinks he wants his hand back that has the ring on it. So that was what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So if he tries to come for it, he's coming just for his fucking hand.
He looks at you and goes, "You know, this is not the right way to go about joining the fucking crew, you bitch!" And he looks towards you and casts Eldritch Blast.
Fair enough. Make it with disadvantage, sir. I got a 24, 22 AC too.
I'm just making lizard noises. I don't know.
Dude, that's crazy. You're
from
so
Star Wars.
watching the hand get cut off and the lizard going.
Her little limbs just flailing around.
Was that Pascal from Tangled?
Yeah.
Two of them miss. One of them is a natural 20.
Okay.
So you will take. You will take 13 points of force damage.
Okay.
At this point, Enid, you do start hearing footsteps from behind the door, and armor kind of clanking together. As he looks towards you again, still bleeding out, you can see he starts to falter a little bit as he's losing so much blood. He's starting to lose consciousness. He goes, "Just put my fucking hand down."
Is it my turn?
Sorry. It's such a funny situation. Yeah.
So it's my turn? Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do next is she's just gonna now that she definitely has the ring. Confirmed. 4 wheels. Okay. She's just going to drop the hand on the ground and then say, "See you later, Captain." And then I would like to ghost step tattoo into the floor, dropping through, and then my action is to turn invisible after I land.
Okay.
I'm incorporeal. I can move through solid objects.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Can Ursa?
I said.
Ooh. Does the thing say anything you're carrying?
I am being carried.
Yeah. Carrying or wearing would be the good.
I'm being worn as well.
Because what? Do her daggers not go with her?
Right. While the tattoo
is she
on your
Huey?
skin.
You know, does she come out the other end with nothing on?
It just says you can move through creatures and solid objects as if they were difficult terrain.
I mean, if not, I can scurry out of the room.
I'll say that you can.
It's not like I leave my clothes behind, you know.
No, but Ursa is another person. But I will say that you can.
Okay, Ursa's a lizard right now. Put some respect
All
on the name.
I like the visual of Enid just like bye and just disappearing into the floor, leaving behind a lizard to just be like.
Oh, I don't like that one.
It's hilarious.
Oh no!
But you don't.
And then the lizard
you
scurries
fall
out
through
the window.
Enid, below you, if you remember, is open space and then a bridge that connects two things. So as you go through the floor, you start to fall.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's about a 40-foot drop.
Can
as
I
you
grab
are.
onto anything?
No, it is. This is open area right here. It is in between two buildings in a long bridge.
Concept.
Yeah.
I'm still incorporeal.
What was that scene from the X-Men movie where the Juggernaut is running after the girl who can teleport through walls? This is what happens. Yeah.
Kitty Pryde or whatever her name was.
You're holding on as a lizard. Enid drops. You see nothing underneath her. You look down. Enid, you're falling down, and you keep staying incorporeal and just fall through a bridge. You're in the ethereal plane, right, when this happens?
Let me read it. I don't know. It didn't say as much as y'all are asking. It's just like you can walk through walls, disappear, and fly.
For how long? For how long?
It should be 6 seconds at least. It should be okay. So the part you can move through creatures and solid objects as if they were difficult to raid. If you end your turn in a solid object. Wait. Okay, let me spend incorporeal until the end of my turn. For the duration, I gain the following benefits. So I'm incorporeal. Does that put me in the ethereal plane when you're incorporeal?
Yeah. It's like you're a ghost. They live in the ethereal plane.
Okay. Then yeah, I guess kinda.
Can you keep doing it, or is it just once?
I have one more charge after this.
Okay, you'll have to use it on the bridge.
That's fine.
To go through the bridge
I'll
if
do
you need.
that. Let's go through the bridge.
So, falling through the bridge, but now falling in the throne room, or the what you fall through one of the rooms, the guest rooms. There's no one in here, but you are also no longer incorporeal because you use both of your charges.
Yeah, I want to turn invisible now.
Okay, you turn invisible. You open the door. You look left and right. You see the guards are running down the hall towards the staircase. You look around and just start walking out.
Yep.
Invisible. Gak is relaying all this information to everybody outside. You walk down the stairs. A couple of guards pass by. You kind of have to lean up against the wall. You get into the bottom half, or are you going out the window you came in? Or are you just going to walk out the front door?
I mean, I think she might just walk out the front door.
Okay.
I know
You
there's
go-
a crowd though. Am I able to like go around it or whatever?
Yeah, so you get down to the bottom floor, which there is like a pseudo throne room, but basically just a hall for talking to other individuals. And you find a window that is open, kind of climb out of it. You notice that the crowd off in the distance is going haywire, going crazy. So you have to find yourself near one of the stone walls, and you climb up it. You wait for the guard to go past. You go past the guard, and you get back into the thoroughfare on the other side of Port Redcay.
Okay. Yeah, I think telepathically somewhere in the middle of there, I think Ryan had already kind of posted about it, but she would say, "All right, head back to the ship. We're good. We're done. Let's get out of here though before
Don't need to tell me twice.
Enid, you kind of pat your pocket.
I think
There's
now that she has some time, she would put it on as she's like walking. Unless that would drop invisibility, then no, but
No,
Okay.
you're not casting a spell.
Okay, I didn't think Joe was making a face, so I didn't know. But
Well, I guess if you're invisible, it's okay. My concern was if you're wearing like one of the guy's rings and you're not invisible, then it might. But you're invisible, so it should be okay.
I mean, yeah. She'll just
As
put it
you
on his
kind of
chest.
take it out and look at it,
Oh, wait.
you see this.
Wait, you should. Okay, you can, but after you put it on, you should take it off and you should put it in the bag of holding because he had magic, so he might have locate object.
Okay, when I get back, I'll put it in the bag of holding. Phew. But we do need to get going.
Yes, we.
As all of you kind of,
Run.
Enid, Ursa, and Chip make it back to the party. I don't. Invisibility lasts for an hour. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is long enough for you to get back as you kind of tap one of the party members on the shoulder, letting them know you're there. Are you staying invisible the whole time?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes. please.
Okay. So you walk through the thoroughfare. You can see that the flame wardens are very much on the lookout for you. It has gotten very quickly back to everybody. There are even individuals you can see that have the Crimson Fleet banner on their shoulders or anywhere on their person that are also looking around. You get back to the docks and you see the Wave Dancer. And you continue up the docks, walking until you get to the Wave Dancer. You do, however, see Magnus, the dock master, look to all of you and go, "Leaving so soon?"
Yep.
All right. 2 gold to undock.
Here you go.
Thank you. Gak. And you just kind of stand there, just like anxiously, like, all right, come on. As this old man just, Wave Dancer.
Oh Lord.
All right. I hope you enjoyed your stay at Port Redcay. And walks off, leaving you guys to just kind of power walk right past him, go up the gangplank, and you hear from up at the front, "My friends! See, I told you I'd be here. We're leaving our..." That was quick. All right.
No time for questions, Dio. Let's go.
Pull up the gangplank. Let's get out of here.
You're still a lizard.
Enid's still invisible until we are out of here. She's just like sitting, like
As the
with
ship
Ursa.
is slowly backing up off of the dock. We're missing people. Do we know this?
We're here.
Are we?
Oh. I heard them. All right.
Please.
Lizard sounds.
Let's just go.
Gideon, could you use your to turn us? Be a lot easier if you.
Everyone, hold on. Does not wait for people to hold on.
All right, let the sails down. As the sails are placed down,
Hoist the jib. Batten down
the
the
jib is
hatches.
hoisted. And with that,
Am I doing that right, Dio?
close enough. As you continue, you sail out of Port Redcay. You can see that there's chaos starting to brew in the port. However, Enid grabbed this item so quickly and left so quickly that there's no time for them to react. They don't know who did it. They don't know where you were part of.
He never asked my fucking name either. He was
Nope.
like, this bitch, she good. So funny. Yeah. Sorry.
You sail out into the open-ish sea. Leaving Port Redcay. I would assume you were not invisible the whole time, Enid.
No, she would drop invisibility and put the, like, assuming Rian's the one that first suggests it, like, put the ring in the bag of holding to break any sort of tracking on it. And then after she puts it in there, she'll just, like, kind of sit on the side of the boat and say, I think that went rather well, you know?
So how'd you get the... No, wait, we know this already. Never mind.
You know everything that happened. Everything.
Yeah, there was a play-by-play.
We just saw everything. So you really cut that guy's hand off, huh?
Yeah. I mean, he had so much jewelry on there. It was going to be hard to try and, like, hold his hand. And I was trying to make a deal with him so I could, like, shake his hand and slide it off. But the motherfucker didn't want to just make a deal.
You know, it's okay. I think free folk... I think it's better if he has a... If he has a hook hand. You know?
Fuck
him. All right,
You know what? That's
Gideon.
fair. I think it would look good.
Basil's just gonna run up to Enid and like throw her arms around her and give her a kiss. I'm so glad you're safe and got the ring.
Yes, it was all... See, I told you it was going to be fine. This is the stuff I'm good at.
You
Did I
scared the
just hear
shit
you
out of me, but I'm so happy for you.
Did I just hear you said you cut his hand off?
Yeah.
I think we can officially call you a pirate.
All right, I'm pirate standards now.
I thought that wasn't the word you're supposed to use.
Fuck him.
No, it's
I
cool.
don't care anymore.
He didn't
We're,
really like
we're
being
making
a
it
pirate.
cool.
Hey, Dio, I called him a pirate.
You did? You called Captain Drake a pirate?
Oh, yeah,
That's so badass.
I
You're
tried.
just sunbathing on the, you know, what is it called? The ledge? The railing. That's what it's called.
As a lizard.
Yeah, she's just kind of flopped. This was exhausting just for her to watch.
Oh,
You're so
her little
sunbathing
heartbeat
right
was
now.
beating so
Enid's
fast.
gonna like stroke. Thank you for protecting me. Keeping
Is our
an eye out.
telepathy still good? Can I still?
Yeah, it's for 8 hours, so.
That's what friends are for.
So Enid,
Did it.
in your possession is the vestige of Sahani. Do you start to attune to it?
Yeah. Once we broke that connection and put it back holding, she would.
Yeah, I'll say
Fuck
you guys
yeah.
are definitely, you know, the full day you get away. With that, as you start to attune to it, I can tell you what it does. The final vestige for the party. Enid, you have obtained the Band of Twilight. There are several properties of this item, one of which you have already been in front of when Drake used it. Ethereal Jaunt. Once per short rest, as a bonus action, you can become ethereal for up to 1 minute. During this time, you can use a bonus action to shift in and out of the ethereal plane. While ethereal, you can move through objects and creatures as if they were difficult terrain, and you have advantage on attack rolls against creatures that are not ethereal. Shadow's Embrace. You no longer need to use a bonus action to hide if you are able to break line of sight with the enemy or are in dim light or darkness. So you no longer need to bonus action hide if you can just break line of sight with people.
That's cool.
Sahanin's Veil. Once per day, as an action, you can create a 30-foot radius aura of dim moonlight shadows centered on you. Allies within this aura are considered lightly obscured and gain advantage on dexterity checks, and attacks of opportunity against them have disadvantage. This effect lasts for 1 minute. Additionally, you can choose to end this ability as a reaction to grant an ally within radius the feature of Uncanny Dodge.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Moon Shadow's Grace. The ring passively gives the wearer a dexterity and charisma score increased by 2. Silent Strike. You may trigger your sneak attack on a second attack in the same turn up to 3 times a day. This ability resets on a long rest. So now that means your second attack you can trigger as a sneak attack as well.
Oh, that bonus attack that I have?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
So it's like a rogue smite, basically.
So wait, you said +2 to dex and charisma. So does that mean I'm at a 22 dexterity?
Yep. And then Lunar Resilience. You gain resistance to radiant damage.
This is
And you may
pretty
add this
cool.
to your character sheet.
Awesome. I'm gonna, because of I have I'm gonna unattune to my ghost step tattoo since I got the ethereal plane stuff now.
You're gonna rip it off.
Hey, you have a needle and it's supposed to like magically like suck back up into it. So that's what it says
Oh,
at least.
shit.
But
You just like stab yourself and then the ink just pours back
apparently,
into the. Okay, cool.
I don't know where she's been keeping this fucking needle, but I guess that's how it works. Imagine ripping off a tattoo. So yeah.
That's just called ripping your skin off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Skin grafting will fix that.
I do know that D&D Beyond doesn't allow you to go past a score of 20, so you have to manually put in. If you have a score of 20, just increase it by 2 manually. And I can help you do that. Or do
Yeah,
that for
you're
you
gonna have to help
later.
me do that. I'm like staring at my screen like. Okay. Band of Twilight. Let me search this. Cool.
With that, that is all party members with a vestige of divergence. As you sail out of the archipelago, it asks the party, where are you heading exactly?
Well, that's a great question.
Mm-hmm. What was on our to-do list? I was so focused on the vestiges for the longest.
I mean, there's a Kraken here we can take care of.
That's true. Going on a Kraken hunt.
We could just go to open water.
Listen, I still think this is dumb. But, like, what if we can be like, hey, why don't you not be an evil butthead?
We could do that. We could.
So, but in general, are we working on like taking out threats of the Demogorgon before we go fight the Demogorgon? Are we trying to work up to that? Like, what are we? Do we have a, in general, besides just going after the Kraken, like?
I mean,
goal.
My thought process was we focus on the vestiges to make us stronger, which, you know, checked off, we got it. Since the Kraken's here, we might as well take care of it, because killing it will weaken the strength that Demogorgon is sapping from it. So we've gotten stronger, we make Demogorgon weaker, the bars are getting closer to even here.
True facts, true facts.
So then after that, do we know, like, I know we did at one point, but my brain is not functioning right now. Do we know of any other creatures / rifts that he's pulling energy from right now that we haven't taken care of?
We know it's the one the Kraken's from, like the plane of water and Mechanus, right? We somehow learned that. Someone told us that.
Yes. I think those are the last two, I want to say.
Rats told you.
Right.
Like, there's more rifts, but those are the two he's drawing the most power on for himself.
Right. So, I do think it's worth dealing with the Kraken, and then if we haven't heard from Gratz, I guess, after we take care of the Kraken, is it worth going to Mechanus?
I
Or
mean,
the city? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna agree with you and be like, yeah, we should probably do that. So, do we know where that rift is?
I don't think
Yes.
we do. Okay, maybe we do.
Sorry, I think Ursa does. I have to go to the map. Hold on. You boop up?
Boppity boopity.
Is it where the X is?
I feel like Ursa knows where it is, right? Like
Where
what the city
Mechanus is?
Yeah,
Yeah, Thalbadir, the
Yeah.
capital of Dagram.
because
However-
they are also pulling their magic.
Yeah, that's how they built their whole civilization.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're gonna be not super keen on us going in there and taking care
I
of
will-
that.
Can we ping where that is? I'm sorry.
Oh, fucking Dagram.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I will say this. Well,
yes.
I feel bad about what I'm about to do because you guys talked about this. Have been talking about where you're going. But I do
Hello?
have to do this.
Jonathan.
Dio
Hello?
gets stabbed again.
That would be
Dodge!
He's not good
As-
at dodging.
He's a rogue.
All of you are kind of conversing about where to head next. Yursa, you feel it first. And then all of you feel this surge of energy. Reminiscent of when a rift opened, but not the same. As you were sailing out of the archipelago, you watched the sky flash purple. This green and purple poisonous hue across the sky. As lightning cracks across, as far as the eye can see. Again. A third time. Almost like a storm across the world. You all look to each other. Yursa, you hear.
He is here.
Wait, who is here? I missed that part.
You hear the voice of the Kraken.
Oh, okay. And he said he is here?
Gideon. You get a message. Gideon. Where are you? The Queen.
Who's okay? Seeker Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Gideon will quickly fumble through his bag to get his own. But yeah, he'll just pull it up, just look around. He's in the middle of the ocean. Just, what's going on? And he'll just respond with that.
Rian. You get a message.
Hello?
It's all in tandem. It's all happening together.
Oh, I know. He's just...
You get a message, Rian. Rian. We need you. We need you now. Where are you? Sayori. Yursa. You get a message. You feel the bracelet grow warm. Yursa, where are you? Lunaria's under attack. Basil, you get a message. Vasadi. Basil. Where are you and your friends? Please respond. All of these messages simultaneously.
Does Gak get a message from like his parents or?
Yak doesn't get a message from his parents.
No messages for the Sola Sibs.
Rough.
Rian, the blade on your side starts to hum with energy. Something you have never felt. At least not this strong. You look to each other, all of these messages. Don't know what is going on. why all of a sudden all of these people are reaching out to you, but something has happened. Something has shifted. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Wait a
Oh my
second.
God.
I have answer. Wait, questions.
We would love answers.
So this thing that just blew up across the sky, is it pointing in a direction in which, like, is there an origin point?
That's a good
I
question.
mean, yes.
Okay.
It would be in the direction of, like, Siri and the other continents.
So it's like multiple explosions in the sky, essentially, without
Yes.
a clear indication. Oh my god. Where are we supposed to go?
Well, I think at least to the places that called for help. So I'm gonna really hope that Marathil took the other members to Aelden. Because I told him to get them out of there, so
Yeah.
hopefully he just took them back there. So hopefully Hombafort.
But not to like, this isn't helpful.
Okay.
But everything, all of our messages came from Ephera, right?
Ephera, yeah.
So that's good. It's at least one continent. Okay.
Right now,
Narrowing it down. I'm like, this actually isn't helpful.
Places
We don't really
I
have
mean,
a lot of
it's
friends in
nice-
Siri who would call us.
That's a good point.
Fair. Okay.
So it could be just as bad or worse in Siri,
Well,
actually.
the Kraken said something, which is
true.
not good.
Well, the Kraken just said he's here.
Which isn't the Kraken in the
invasion
Syrian?
has begun. Did you ask if the Kraken is Syrian?
In the Syrian waters.
In the Syrian water.
Oh,
Kraken's from
okay.
Siri.
It's from the plane of water.
But
I mean-
my thought process is that means we can probably head straight to Lunaria first, because they're probably least prepared to defend themselves, and then hopefully everybody else we talk to is in Aelden.
I wouldn't say that, because Yurso has been in contact with Willow about preparing for an attack like this, though. And they've, have been preparing for creatures that come out of it. To this level, no, but she's
Yeah.
told them this
Counter
thing that could
argument.
happen.
We all go to 6 different places, so we each get our own badass moment, being the
There you
sole
go.
hero somewhere.
That's why you have the vestiges, so you can 1v1000.
Yeah. How cool would that be, though? Everyone
I'm
has to
kinda
stand
down.
on their own. I'm down for
mean,
that.
Enid's got nowhere to go, so who wants
do you mean?
Enid?
So just go to Udhas or something. Yeah, I'm sure there's something
Oh,
going
go
on over
somewhere
there.
else. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds
I
good.
don't want you cramping my style.
That's, you know what? Totally fair. Respect it. I'm out of here.
I mean, I was gonna say something, but I thought Rachel would get mad at me if I called
No.
Basil, so
Say it.
say no.
What were you gonna say?
Not when you say it like that.
No, I want to know.
No, it's too late.
All right, well, thanks for watching, everybody.
It's
I
gone
hope you
forever.
enjoyed. Be sure to tune in this Saturday for the biggest session of RWA period, as we bring together all players from Salamander Coast, from Isles of Iverion, and those currently playing in this campaigns from the Explorers of Ephera, and bring them together for this massive, triple combat against the Forsaken, against the Daughter of Asmodeus, Draven Hunt, the Corrupter of the Children of the Flame, and Dark Emerald, as we prepare for a standoff and some crazy ass shit, and I'm sure some very angry players. So be sure to tune in for that, because I think people aren't gonna like me very much afterwards. There's one thing I know I'm gonna do in the second half of the combat that I think will probably end some friendships.
Oh.
Get off
Boo.
the stage.
So we'll see what happens. Thanks for
If
watching,
we
everybody.
let you,
Anxiety
You're
can't
the
handle this.
worst.
See you next time. On Saturday.
To finish the